Up. Rock on, everybody. Hope y'all are having a great day. Greetings to all of my analog anomaly archaeologists out there ready to go. Today we're going to be talking about a trilogy that was seemingly unbreakable, but then it had a little split and then it shattered in glass at the end, according to what I feel. But we're going to be talking about it today. The East Rail 117 train disaster that had begun the superhero the superhero superhuman powers from Mr. Glass in the Unbreakable Trilogy by M. Night Shyamalan. So let's go ahead and get everybody in here. Thank you all for joining us. We have with us today, we have KJ Cowboy Dan. How are you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing just fine and dandy. Thank you. And I was thinking to myself, before we get to this trilogy, I was thinking to myself, what if Blockbuster Video were still around, or it was 1995? There are three movies that I'd be renting tonight after we talk about the this trilogy of movies, and the movies that I'd be renting in 1995 tonight would probably be The Net starring Sandra Bullock, Waterworld starring Kevin Costner, and Mortal Kombat starring Christopher Lambert.
Very interesting selection.
Well, if Blockbuster Video were still open, I'd be making it a triple, maybe a six-tuple movie. But since these movies that we're talking about were not available in 1995,
I was going to say, I think The Net came out in 96, maybe?
It came to VHS in 1996.
Okay, because Hackers, I think, was 94.
Yeah.
KJ, do you not have a public library near you?
Do I have a public library near me? You mean one of
those?
those?
Chances are your public library branch has
those
DVDs
things with like paper in it, and they have those like etchings.
It's a museum for books.
They have these large box like long tweets, but they also tend to have DVDs.
But Dan, what three movies do you want?
Okay,
I know I have
Mortal Kombat, The Net.
Mortal Kombat, I don't have.
Waterworld.
Yeah, Waterworld and The Net with Sandra Bullock.
And if I don't have Waterworld, I probably have The Postman.
Oh, The Postman will work. Yeah.
Well, before we start, I want to also introduce Dutch Gradient. Thank you so much for joining us again tonight. You're awesome. Thank you so much, man. And we have with us, as always, the gorgeous in the with the green foliage in the background, Scotty R37 out in the weeds, probably stoned off his head, but
no, off
yeah,
my head,
not off. Okay, well, yeah.
In fact, I'm probably too much inside of it. But the thing, and just to refer to what Dan was saying, I saw Unbreakable because it was a blind buy at a video store. It was early in my buying DVD days, and I was like, well, I liked The Sixth Sense. I like Bruce Willis. I like Samuel L. Jackson. That's a shiny cover.
Yeah.
And I did literally judge the book by the cover. I bought it. I brought it home. I watched it, and I watched it again back to back.
That's what I'm talking about. I actually did the same thing. The first time that I watched it, I rewatched it within the next day, I think.
I was so surprised. Like when I was watching it, I was like, this is a long movie. And then when it ended, I was like, it's an hour and 36 minutes.
it did have a beat to it that
there was a pacing.
There was a certain beat to it that a lot of people felt like was a little long-winded in areas, but I liked it. I kind of liked.
I loved it. I loved all the relationships, the characters that were in the movie, the actors that played off each other, the son, the wife.
The casting was incredible. First of all, M. Night Shyamalan, though, I like the way M. Night Shyamalan does three things. First of all, when M. Night Shyamalan makes a movie, he does three things. He has like incredible story buildup. It's not just the character buildup that you look forward to in movies, but particularly with M. Night Shyamalan, you get the story buildup when he's doing like things that he wants to do, and you can tell like these M. Night Shyamalan movies, The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, The Village. Some people just cringed when I said The Village, but these M. Night Shyamalan movies that he gave us that he wanted to do, you could tell like this world that he was putting together, Signs and whatnot.
Yeah, I love Signs. I think Lady in the Water is when it really started to drop off for me, anyway.
He had a story buildup. Like most people just build up the characters and they don't build up the story well enough, where M. Night Shyamalan knows how to build a story.
Yeah, and it was amazing from the beginning to the end. It had me hooked. But before we get into it, I do want to say hi to Jamie Lynn Simmons and recognize Orphan Zane. Thank you so much for the super sticker, everybody. If you wouldn't mind, subscribing, sharing this out to as many people as possible, and leave a comment at the end of the show. That would be amazing. And if you want to support the channel, keep the channel growing, and keep the channel alive for my birthday next month, that would be awesome. If you wanted to become a member, or gift some memberships, or lots of different ways to support the channel. And I have a new merch in the store that Dutch actually just purchased.
Let's buy Theta a Batleth.
I already have one.
And anyone, and just a suggestion for anyone who does choose to buy one of the
good try though. I probably need a better one because mine's rusted. But
let's sharpen his Batleth. Wait,
let's sharpen my Batleth together. But yeah, Orphan Zane, thank you so much for being here, brother. Thank you so much for the support. If anybody else would care to support the channel as well, it would mean the world to get to the marker where I could get to be able to withdraw some of my YouTube funds next month, a couple days before my birthday, next month in August 24th, where hopefully we'll be having a birthday stream, and we'll see what happens. But here we go, Orphan Zane. I don't know if you like me showing the same Hair Jordan video over and over again to you, but I'll show this one tonight for you, brother. Here we go.
Who is he? He's an asshole, sir. I know that.
I need to raise the volume on that one.
First, a joke. What do you get when you cross an owl with a bungee cord? My ass.
We also, dude, we have Roadkill in the house as well. Hello, gents and chat. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you're having a great night. You have a link. I think I sent you a link. If I didn't and you want to join, you're more than welcome to. I would, love to hear your opinions on this thing. And Wes Cagle, I haven't seen you in a while, brother.
Hey,
how you doing?
What up, yo?
Hail, folks. We will have a game night soon, and Wes Cagle can kick our ass in some riff tracks or Quiplash or any of those what the dubs.
I hate to promote prematurely, but Jill's going to be back, so she's going to be doing her gaming.
I invited her to be on stream tonight, and she told me she's coming back. So please,
she's in transit currently.
Yes,
but the thing is that when she gets back, guys, I can guarantee you, we will play Star Trek, the 25th anniversary game. All we have to do to finish the game is one space combat.
Awesome.
Now,
well, I'm gonna
here's the deal. Jill
I'm putting
sucks.
the link in the chat.
Jill sucks at space combat, so it's going to be at least a 12-hour stream.
Well, her link is in the chat, so anybody that isn't following Anti-Derivative Jill, she's amazing. She puts on a lot of amazing streams, covers a lot of great content. In fact, I try to mirror a lot of what I do on here with films and stuff like that by what she's done. So I really thank you so much, Jill, for doing what you do and helping to and having me on your show and being a great streamer and just being a cool girl, cool woman. And thank you so much, everybody. KJ Cowboy Dan.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
What?
Okay, so cool girl, cool woman. You corrected yourself.
Yeah, well, because I mean,
it's not like you were talking about Brittany from the Chipettes.
Yeah, I called you
a woman is still a girl.
Well, I know, but I called you a handsome boy earlier, and I don't want any of those thoughts. Like
yeah, no, I understand that. I understand that. I mean. I get it too. Yeah. In terms of the, I understand.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're just trying to avoid any.
But I am a pretty boy.
You are a pretty boy. Yes, I know. But we can get away with saying that. Orphan Zane also, thank you so much. Hail to you, sir. Wes Cagle has been a member for 15 months. May the power protect you, sir. Thank you so much. And Orphan Zane is also sitting in a Theta of the Nerd Archaeology membership. Let's see who got that membership. Let's see. We have Slow Boy Whiteboard. I haven't seen him around in a while. He's from a religious streamer. I can't think of the streamer. It's been a while.
Spiritual affirmationist.
Yeah, he's the one that actually inspired me to start Cosmic Theta Theater in the beginning when I would do radio programs and
oh, nice, I love that.
And black and white movies like Mr. Sardonicus and stuff like that. So glad that he got a membership. I'm really trying to get Jamie a membership because I really want Jamie to have a membership so that she can join us for Sunday's streams because those are going to be members only from now on. So I would really like to try and get her a membership. So
heavens, I have to join.
Yeah, I know. If I had the money to send to you, Jamie, and give you a membership, I would in a heartbeat. But thank you, everybody, for supporting with a gifted membership. Orphan Zane, you rock, and I'll give you another video for that, brother.
Yeah, just send money so that.
We're not interested in the hyperdrive on the Millennium Falcon. It's fixed. Just open the door, you stupid lump. I never doubted you for a second. Wonderful.
A man and deactivate the hyperdrive on the Millennium Falcon?
Yes, my lord.
Good.
It's a shame they didn't go, with Jean-Claude Van Damme and get rid of Kenny Baker for R2-D2. That would have been a really change for the trilogy. But thank you everybody for being here.
Amazing.
It would have been a much different film.
It would have been a much different film. I think they should make a parody with Jean-Claude Van Damme and maybe like Arnold Schwarzenegger as C-3PO. And
I want Danny DeVito from Taxi as R2-D2.
Yeah.
No,
I want Danny DeVito as Darth Vader.
DeVito has to be Darth Vader.
Yeah, Danny
I want
DeVito
Danny
as Darth Vader.
DeVito as Han Solo.
I remember back in the day, the Wizard magazines that used to come out. They used to have the projected like who would be the perfect superhero in the movies and stuff, and they had casted Danny DeVito as Wolverine.
Yeah,
because he was short and stout.
Well, but
is supposed to be.
I know that my initial thought is to poo-poo that idea. However, Danny DeVito in Batman Returns is fucking harsh.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah.
And I would not be surprised.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
I would not be surprised if Danny DeVito could pull off a Wolverine.
Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah. Danny DeVito is just such a great comedic actor, and I stand by this. I think comedic actors can pretty much play any role if they put their mind to it.
So,
but yeah, let's get through everybody and welcome everybody. Wes Cagle, thank you so much. Yeah, we have Anti-Derivative Jill. Please go and subscribe to her. And saying no woman dislikes being de-aged. Yeah, that's okay. All right. Well,
every woman wants to be de-aged.
Yeah, Jamie Lynn, I'm sorry. You'll probably be waiting. Okay. I'm sorry. Well, hopefully we'll get you a membership.
Cosmetic surgery only exists because of women.
I thought it was because of Michael Jackson.
Well,
that's where
I believe I said women.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he covered that. All right. So let's start with what were your first I think that Scotty had already touched on this, but what were your first thoughts about the trailer for Unbreakable when you first saw it? Do you remember seeing the trailer or
yes?
Yeah, I remember it too. It was just David Dunn sitting in a on the hospital table, and the doctors telling him, you were just in a train wreck where everybody had died, basically, and you do not have a scratch on you.
And not only that, but also when that trailer was released, like ER was at the height of its popularity, and the trailer takes place in a hospital.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's all it is.
But I think Scrubs was probably around at the time. There was a lot of hospital type of shows that were at the height of their popularity. So this trailer, it was very dark and grim, and then when you hear that he was the one to survive, it kind of got your mind thinking like, hey, so what does that mean? Like, did he get saved from because we had already seen like The Sixth Sense and Signs, I think, at that time, so we knew that there was
not out.
The Signs was not out.
No, this is his second feature film.
Oh, okay. Well, then corrected. But we had seen The Sixth Sense, so we knew that there was some, that he had done supernatural things before. So we didn't know if it was going to be like an alien type of thing again, or like a ghost. I mean, a ghost thing again, or something like that. I didn't know what to think. It wasn't really talked about in the trailer. You know, you had to kind of go see the movie or wait until like the longer trailer where it kind of like it showed Mr. Glass and stuff.
So M. Night Shyamalan's first movie was he produced was called Praying with Anger in 1992, and he didn't produce. He didn't produce anything until Unbreakable after that, and Unbreakable came out in 2000 to theaters, and that was his first major production. Followed by this next one was Signs, and then to make people cringe yet once again, The Village. And
I like The Village.
I liked The Village. It was, I mean,
I did too. Favorite. I did too. Just a lot of people, turned their backs on The Village. But
like I said earlier, I think Lady in the Water is where it dropped off.
That was the next movie after The Village in 2006. But Lady in the Water was okay in comparison to The Happening in 2008.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, that's why I'm saying it started to drop off.
But Dan, you know, my dad fucking loves The Happening.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like he's a World War II Clint Eastwood, John Wayne movie watcher. Like I recently had to replace his physical copy of it wasn't the Magnificent Seven. It was the what's the one by
Quickly Down Under.
No, he has that. He has that. Anyway, but the thing is,
Lonesome Dove, I'm sure he has all those.
Like every time I go down into, because he's got a basement man cave and whatever, and then he'll be watching The Happening.
All right,
so laugh in his face, and
Happening better than The Village.
This is a good movie.
But here's the thing. Here's why people watched The Happening and liked it. Mark Wahlberg, Zooey Deschanel, and John Leguizamo. I mean, talk about casting that. Like, I mean, you can have a bad movie and have like incredible casting, and people will still love it.
Yeah. I mean, but then when you think about it, it's like, you know, the trees are trying to kill us. Like it's it's just such a funny
Dutch,
plot.
do that again.
What? No.
What? No.
I mean, I'm sorry. The whole movie is summed up right there. What? No.
No.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why my dad loves it. He loves it.
Well, I mean, we all have our tastes. I mean,
yeah.
I just
stupid.
You know, I just found out that me and Cowboy Dan, you know, have different thoughts about this trilogy. So
as often as Theta and I debate about franchises, he's got to know that there's always a franchise that me and him are going to have a little debate on.
It seems like it's inevitable. It seems like every franchise, I think that me and you are going to see eye to eye on, and then it turns out it's just like. It just completely flips. But let's see.
We're on two different sides of the coin. We have the same appreciation for the franchise. Yeah. It's just two different sides of the coin. Yeah. I like the head side. Well, you're taking the tails all the time.
And we'll get to that later. But let's go ahead and start. Talking about the whole premise of the movie. Like I said, it starts out with David Dunn, Bruce Willis on a train, and this lady sits next to him who's a sports. I think she's a sports journalist.
She's a sports journalist,
and he's trying to kind of flirt with her, and he takes off his wedding ring. Yeah, it's
so scandalous.
Yeah, because obviously they're not having the greatest relationship, and we find that out later. But he gets very embarrassed, I guess, because he's flirting with her, and then she's. She raises her hand and she's like, I'm married, so like she ends up getting up, and like he turns and, he's very ashamed. And then all of a sudden, bam, you see this just collage of just chaos, and the train just derails, and I think the son is watching the TV and sees that it's happening. And that's where the movie starts, where they are coming to the hospital to see if he's okay. Lombardi, thank you for joining us as well. Yeah.
Hey. But also there is something about the opening sequence after the recovery, because yeah, you're right. He does take off his wedding ring. And so we as the audience are like, you're not the best dude, are you?
Exactly.
And then when he survives and everyone is looking at him like, why you?
Yeah,
we
exactly.
as the audience are like, yeah.
Exactly. It's like everybody is looking at him, and he it's like the shame that he had from the flirting and being being put down by the sports journalist lady,
who is dead now, I might remind you.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like it gets inflamed by him surviving, like by him walking out of there without a scratch on him, and everybody, all these families that have lost their loved ones are just looking at him walking out of this hospital room with, completely fine, not a scratch on him, like I said, and he you can see his head is held down, like he's very
but that's one of the things that is great about David Dunn, is that he even says, he's like, yeah, I don't know why me.
Yeah. He's and the doctor says, and to answer your question, there are two reasons why I'm looking at you like this.
Exactly.
One is because it seems in a few minutes you will officially be the only survivor of this train wreck. And two, because you didn't break one bone
in your body. Yeah, that
you
is
don't
one
even
of the
have
best
a
lines.
single scratch on you.
Yeah.
And this is like, people are gonna poo-poo M. Night Shyamalan, and then after the doctor says, you are soon to be the last survivor, and then what do you hear in the background? Beep.
Beep. Yep, exactly. It's like perfectly timed. And that's what KG Cowboy Dan was talking about, the story beats. M. Night Shyamalan knows how to do those story beats. And after that beep, that flat line you hear, he gets up, and he has his head held down, and his family comes running at him and hugging him, while everybody else is surrounding him, looking at him with like disdain and like hatred.
This is also where you get like a true hint of color. Like one of the things that M. Night Shyamalan likes to do with his stories is give the characters certain color frames, and he did this with the Sixth Sense. With whenever there was a ghost around, the color red would show up. Bruce Willis has the color green that kind of surrounds him in certain areas of these sequences. And this is the first time you really see the color green.
Exactly. And that's what I also love, that tone too, like, cause it follows throughout the trilogy. There's other colors that the other movies are represented by. But hey, what's up, Sci-Fax? Thank you for joining us for a little bit. I hope you're having a good day.
Sci-Fax, how you doing?
You're awesome. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm glad to hear back from you, brother. But yeah, that whole scene right there was just so powerful, and it just dragged me. It drug me into the movie and the emotion of all the characters, even though you already knew that David Dunn didn't have a good relationship with his wife. His wife is still there hugging him, being there for him and his son. And they're all, it's like later in the movie when they're saying, this is like a second chance type of thing.
Well, okay. So, the entire relationship between David and his wife is part of the movie, which I think makes emotion happen. I think David doesn't really feel worthy. And then when this happens and he survives, like the train wreck happens, he survives, and he's like, why me? I do not feel worthy of this.
Right. You find out later in the movie too, and it kind of repeats itself in the franchise, is that David was aspiring football player, and he wanted he wanted to be a professional football player. And when he didn't continue on with that after the accident that he had when he was young.
The drowning,
and you find out why. Like during that accident, he pretended that he actually was injured, and he wanted to have a he knew that if he got that scholarship and went away, he wouldn't be with his wife.
Exactly.
So
it was the things you do for love.
But he never put it together. Like he never put it together that he's never been sick. And that one scene where he calls and like he tries to get his he tries to get I forget if he tries to get his medical records or if he asks. I think he asks.
He does.
He asks his wife or somebody, do you remember me ever being sick or
breaking a bone, anything?
Yeah, exactly. And then like it starts to click, like, why haven't I ever experienced like pain or except for that drowning,
when he's talking to Elijah Price, he says, I was never injured in that car accident. I've never been injured. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
And Elijah Price says, go where people are.
Go where
you
people
won't have
are.
to look very long. It's all right to be afraid. David, it's because this part won't be like a comic book. Real life doesn't fit into little boxes that were drawn.
Are you reading that line? Did you have that memorized? Because
I have part of it memorized. I don't know if I got it right. It's like the scene was a little bit harder because if you remember his character, he was like all into comic book panels. He was he sold comic book panels for a living.
Yeah. Mr. Glass. Well, not only like he.
That is one of the best things that I've ever seen in a movie ever in terms of talking about geek fandom. Yeah. And there is a moment when we're introduced to Elijah Price where it's like, do you see a small child outside pooping themselves while they're riding on a mechanical horse?
Yeah.
This is not a toy store. This is an art gallery.
Yeah, exactly. He's very precise about, and very uptight about.
I wouldn't say uptight.
I remember correctly.
No. I'm changing my phrasing.
I'm sorry for yelling. I'm getting emphatic.
Yeah, he got kind of offended when somebody called his gallery that sold panels, hand-drawn comic panels. He got offended when somebody called it a comic book store.
Well, no, he got offended because he was gonna give it to his little boy.
Well, M. Night Shyamalan's character when he came in wanting to buy the thing for the picture.
Which I love that.
Or no, that was M. Night Shyamalan's brother. M. Night Shyamalan had the other character, the one that was at the football field.
In the year 2000, watching that and having Elijah Price have the reverence for an art that I held.
That's a good word for it.
I was like, oh, he's cool. I like him. He knows my shit.
Well,
right.
And he cared about it to a degree where he was putting all of his eggs in this basket of there are superheroes in the world. Like if there are people like him that are so broken and have such an affinity for illnesses and there has to be an opposite end of the spectrum, somebody that is, impervious to those things. So he really put all of his eggs in that basket. And, as we see throughout the movie, we'll talk about it at the end of when we talk about the end.
Spoilers. He's the bad guy.
No, don't talk about. But
Bruce Willis is not the bad guy. Stop lying, Cody.
Sorry.
No, we're talking about
I know who you're talking about. I was making a joke.
Well, what I wanted to touch on as well is the relationship with the son. With I forget the son's name in the movie, but with the son and David, when he finally realizes, or he finally sees that, I think it's
the bench press scene.
Yeah, when he's bench pressing, and he keeps putting more weights, and he can do it. And he keeps doing it. He's like just in awe, I related to
his son was named Spencer, by the way. His son was named
character's name.
But what I want to get out.
No. Joseph. Sorry, it was played by Spencer Clark. The actor was Spencer Clark. He was
before
TV
I forget,
sitcom actor.
But before I forget, I wanted to touch on the connection with Joseph and David in this movie. It's very relatable to any son and father. It's a really well done. I can't think of the word, but it's a really good juxtaposition.
The hero worship of
exactly.
Son
The
towards his father is
Joseph.
Not only between those characters, but I think that M. Night Shyamalan does a great job of transmitting to the audience what it is like to have hero worship for your own father.
Well, he absolutely does. There's a sequence where
the point that I wanted to get to is that we all, for people that have had fathers in their lives, I think that's probably something that we all, if we've had a father figure that is like that, we have that.
One of my favorite things in the movie is that David does say, "Don't tell your mother."
Exactly. Right. So there's a sequence
between them two, and that's the connection between a son and their father.
It goes even further.
It's more than that. It's also because this is a comic book story in which the guy he's got this one confidant who knows his powers but must keep it a secret.
Right. But so it goes even further than that, because when the kid starts putting two and two together, he makes a Superman reference. If anybody remembers the George Reeves reference where the kid Okay, so they make a Superman reference about George Reeves, and the kid pulls his dad's gun out and wants to prove that he's.
Yeah, I wanted to get to that. Yeah,
they couldn't do this sequence in movies today. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think. Well, no. Even starting at the basic premise of the movie, where there is a giant tragedy of a train wreck, they would not be able to make this movie post 9/11.
This was right before 9/11 and everything, and finding out at the end that Elijah Price is
Elijah Price is a fucking terrorist, yo.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Well, I have a monologue for that later that I'm gonna.
All right, I can't wait.
Speak when it comes out, but yeah. I'm going to try to do his monologue. So,
okay. That is a powerful monologue at the end too.
Can I ask, where did you guys hear that George Reeves' son shot him?
Oh no.
It wasn't George Reeves. He was at so the story goes that George Reeves was at a party playing dressed up as Superman, and some kid had his dad's revolver to prove that the guy was Superman. And
it was in the Ben Affleck movie.
And that's what I think that we're all basing all of our information on.
and they're saying that's how, and that story is how George Reeves died.
No.
He calmed the situation down.
Calm the situation down, but it's a comparison to the situation that they made. M. Night Shyamalan made a comparison to that scene, to that true party, the true party that George Reeves went to, and some kid pulled his father's gun on him to prove that he was Superman, because his friends was saying that that Superman wasn't real, blah 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 blah, and well, in this case scenario, the kid wanted to prove that his dad was indeed a superhero. And so, like, when you have the superhero idol worship that we're communicating about in the sequence, is that he ends up talking his son down from pulling the thing, pulling the trigger, and don't shoot me, you know. How did you find my gun?
He literally says, like, the bullet is going to bounce off me, but I'm going to leave and I'm never going to come back. So, like, you know, so he's,
but
like,
also, like, I think that it is, first things first, this is a 10 out of 10 movie for me. I love this movie very, very much.
I completely agree. Yeah.
And because when like I said, it was a blind buy. I did not know. And then by the time I got to the end of the movie, and the reason that I watched it immediately again is because I was like, oh shit, this is a superhero movie.
Yes, exactly.
While you're watching it, you're like, because from the makers of The Sixth Sense, it's like, oh my god, this kid is gonna kill his father. What's gonna happen?
The superhero, like that he, like, it's all just you know, in his head, or like he's being convinced of Elijah, you know.
But it's just, it's so, like, it is. And it takes so long to get there. It's like, do the bench press with the paint cans. All right. Well, you're a superhero, so I'm going to shoot you to prove it. And he's like, sweet Moses, please don't.
Yeah.
I love this movie, and I do own it. I would not rate it a 10 out of 10. I would rate it a 7.5, because at the end of it, it does end disappointingly. And you can say no all you like. I was disappointed.
I will.
Well, I'm trying to see where you're coming from. Like, what were you disappointed with?
He's going to say.
So the reason I was disappointed was because it felt like I had just watched part 1 of a story. I'm like, where's the rest of the story? And I'm sorry, Split and Glass do not fill that cup.
Thank you. Thank you. A Split, by the way. Thank you for the Split statement. Thank you.
I agree that Unbreakable and Split are two different movies that I enjoyed on, you know, separately, but we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. But here's the thing, right? With the ending, like, it was when you have storylines that you know are going to be part of a continuing storyline, and he wanted to get the 3 movies out of this. He was wanting to do it from the very get-go. Yeah,
like, after Unbreakable, he wanted a trilogy out of this.
Right. He wanted, he even from what I understand in interviews, he wanted this to be a trilogy from the before he even started it. The reason why he ended it with the monologue of, now that you know who you are, I know who I am. I'm not a mistake at all. It makes sense in a comic book. You know, you can tell who the arch villain can be. He's the exact opposite of the hero, and most times they are friends, like you and me. I should have known way back then. You know why, David. You know why, David? Because of the kids. They call me Mr. Glass.
You're giving me goosebumps,
that line at the end, then you're sitting there. Bam! That's like power right there.
And I mean, right before that whole monologue, you see on the, he sees on the wall, David sees that he's been tracking all of, or not just tracking, but he's been planning all of these disasters. He's a terrorist, you know, like he's been trying to prove his theory for God knows how long, you know.
He's a supervillain.
Finally. Yeah, exactly. And then he finally is found out by David, and David, instead of taking him out like a comic book superhero, he goes to
What's
the
it in the
police
third movie?
and turns him in.
Glass is talking to the shrink, and he's listing all the tragedies and how many survivors in each one. Yeah, that's in the
But
third
no, I
movie.
mean, but also, I mean, Unbreakable was 2000. Split wasn't until 2016.
No, yeah.
I mean, there was a decade and a half where I'm sitting there going, I really liked Unbreakable. It would have been nice if there had been a sequel.
Yeah.
The problem is that's where they dropped the ball, and one of the two places that they dropped the ball. First of all, unfortunately, comic book style movies, even though this technically was a movie in a comic book style world, these movies don't make enough money by the regular normie audience to warrant half the time a sequel. And then
especially a movie that isn't based on like an already established comic book hero or something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't until after the release of Unbreakable that they decided to even do a graphic novel for this. Even then, you didn't really know where it was going to go, and unfortunately, there's two places where they dropped the ball on Split, and we'll get to that here shortly when me and Theta have our argument soon.
Yeah, exactly. we're gonna get into it because
before we even get to Split, it was interesting because I can't find it now, and you have to realize I'm a Google ninja. Usually, I can find it if it exists on the internet, but I remember reading a post somewhere. And I seem to recall it was by Quentin Tarantino about Unbreakable and this is before Split came out, before Split was even known about. And he was saying, you could easily do a trilogy here, and Shyamalan should do this. And it was it would be Unbreakable, Breaking, and Broken. And he had like rough outline of each movie. And it was like, that would be brilliant.
Yeah. Well, there was already that. I mean, before we get into the next movie, there was already that scene where where David Dunn first goes out in his green cloak and like you said,
his rain jacket.
Yeah.
It was his work rain jacket.
His raincoat
jacket, and every time that he's on screen, there's that green tint behind him to represent, his aura or whatever. But in that first scene where he's going out to do his first act of
heroism,
crime, heroism, exactly. And he goes into that house and he follows that man because he gets his spider sense
also.
But he falls into that pool, and you think that he's going to, that's the part where you think that this is all going to end like this, like that. That's going to be the big, or that's what I thought anyway. I thought that was going to be the big twist, is that in the end, even as powerful as he was, like you're talking about, Dutch, I thought that was going to be the part where he gets broken,
right?
By drowning in that pool, but then the kids that he just saved come and save him
from the murderer.
Exactly.
Now that's a powerful scene right there.
Yes.
We don't want to go past that real quick because we want to talk about that.
Exactly.
Because that scene with this murderer, the scene with this murderer, like he's not using his powers. He's just holding on for dear life. At this point in time,
trying to choke him out.
He's just trying to choke him out and stop it because after he gets pushed off the thing and he gets falls into the pool and it's covered by the pool cover, right? He get no spoilers. I'm sorry if you haven't watched it. I'm sorry.
It's 26 years old.
Quarter of a century away.
Stream just your spoilers. We're going to be talking about everything. So.
Right.
Incidentally, this movie is not free for streaming anywhere.
Doesn't matter to me because I got the DVD.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah, I do too.
There's a hard drive somewhere in my house.
But I'll say that you pointed out that every time he's shown using his powers, there's green in the background.
Right.
Theta, I'm noticing a lot of green in your background. What's going on?
superpowers.
You know that my channel is based on I'm a power I'm a Power Ranger from the year 2117. So this is so that's kind of so I'm like the Green Ranger from the future. So if you see my merch
Avatar?
at my merch shop, I actually have my character and
See,
stuff like that.
I want to point out also another thing that we have
this
Samuel
guy right,
Elijah Price, Samuel L. Jackson.
This guy right here. This is my.
I saw him in the opening twice now.
So
that's not Samuel L. Jackson.
So we have Samuel L. Jackson here and Bruce Willis, and I don't like the cover, by the way, because they give you blues and greens purples and greens in this movie. Purples for Samuel L. Jackson character and greens for Bruce Willis's character, and in this.
Well, this wasn't the original cover.
Well, this cover was the one that I got from IMDb.
Yeah,
you fool.
You fool.
But and this was the best cover I can get. Even the other cover that has just the another view of their cover image, none of them had purples or greens in the image, and really kind of bothered me that because you go in there and you're watching this and you're like, okay, Mr. Glass's colors are purple, and Bruce Willis's character, David, he's represented by the color green. Now, when they're in scenes together, the green hits that purple just right, and the purple hits the green just right. So there's a scene where he's sitting there in front of a wall, and the wall in the background is green, and it's just reflecting off of his purple outfit. And in comic books we use purple and green all the time. The Incredible Hulk,
they're literally
Green Goblin, Riddler.
They're literally like the on the color spectrum. They are
not opposites.
They're the exact opposite.
No, purple and orange are opposite. Not
even the Joker, with purple and green. You get purples and greens quite often used hand in hand in comic books, and
purple and green are complementary.
I love what M. Night Shyamalan did with this movie.
That's what I meant, complimentary. So.
What M. Night Shyamalan did in this movie, he made multiple superhero references, from Spider-Man to Superman to Incredible Hulk to many of your DC villains. He made a lot of DC villain references in this movie alone, let alone the rest of the franchise.
Fucking Lex Luthor power armor.
Right.
Yeah, I was wrong. Opposite purple is yellow.
Well, but they're complementary. Purple and green.
That's the color of cowardice, according to the Green Lantern Corps.
Fear.
Right, and so
cowardice, fear. Come on.
Even David's son, Joseph, he's depicted wearing green T-shirts through the entire movie.
Yeah.
But I do want to highlight that this movie goes out of its way to make Elijah Price like Yoda.
Oh, evil Yoda.
So hard.
Evil Yoda,
no, but you don't know that he's evil Yoda
not until the end. Not until the end.
And
right.
so even you are meant to care for Elijah Price when he falls down the stairs and all his bones break and his cane breaks, and that's why they call me. And that's why it makes so much of an emotional.
I would actually represent him more as like a less threatening Palpatine from the prequel series. Because he's there befriending Bruce Willis.
I'm going to push back on that simply because everyone knew that Palpatine was the bad guy.
Well, that's because if you were alive before the 90s and if you were alive before 1999, you knew who Palpatine was. But for those people who went in watching the prequel series when they were brand new, didn't see them.
The thing is that you are unwittingly cheering cheering for the villain throughout.
Right.
But yeah, I agree. Like he's like the Lex Luthor, the Palpatine, evil Yoda or whatever. He's the mentor that is trying to not. He's not trying to. I mean, he is trying to prove that David has powers, but he's really trying to prove to himself that he has a purpose in life. That's what Elijah's whole entire thing is.
No argument.
Is that he has a purpose, and his purpose is to bring out the heroes and the villains that are hiding out there. Without
and that's why I hate that fucking retcon in Glass.
Exactly, me too. Yeah.
Don't hold back, Scotty. How do you really feel?
Hey.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
I'm enjoying talking about Unbreakable because, again, it's a 10 out of 10 movie for me.
I couldn't
this
agree more.
entire trilogy is diminishing returns.
I do like. I put it at an 8 myself personally, because of Split, and but I put the trilogy as an 8.
The trilogy is an 8.
Yeah, the trilogy.
I'll put the trilogy as an 8. I can watch the trilogy all night long, even Split, even though I have my opinions.
Glass is an abomination. I know people
I agree.
who hate the Matrix 4.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm one of them.
And I feel the same. Like, I like the Matrix 4.
Yeah,
and I feel the same way that you do about Glass.
Split.
See, I like Glass.
No, Split.
For me,
I love Split.
I liked Glass better than Split, but that was me, I just felt that it hit the same beats for me. Like it hit the same beats for me as Unbreakable, and we'll talk about that once we get into.
I know.
It's the beats that they have. The beats are different in Split, and
that's why I liked it. But we'll get into that. And that's why we'll talk about Glass a little bit later, but as far as the relationship with the son and the wife, as soon as he comes back from that heroism,
can I ask you a weird question?
No, stop.
Depends how weird.
Do you guys like Robin Wright?
In The Princess Bride, yes.
Blade Runner 2049, yes. In this,
I like her fine.
I mean,
I guess I like her fine. I like
her character. Her character. She plays like a rundown housewife. So like the way she plays plays a rundown housewife. I'm okay with it. It doesn't give her attractive look that she had in movies like Jenny and Forrest Gump. She didn't have that attractiveness that she had in The Princess Bride.
They're just a regular family in a suburban area. She's not.
She was Jenny,
supermodel.
I understand that.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what my favorite?
She plays one of the most vicious villains
Robin
of all
Wright was. It's when she had AIDS.
And when she is in Forrest Gump, she is playing one of the most vicious villains in all of cinema.
We're talking about AIDS like Jared Fogle in South Park. We have AIDS.
I don't like to talk about Jared Fogle ever, not even in South Park.
By the way, I shared 2 posters in the thing here. The first is the original poster for Unbreakable, not that one, the other one. The original poster for Unbreakable has no purple and green in it. It wasn't until Glass that they did the purple and green
yellow,
stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that one and the one I shared.
Yeah,
like literally, go back to that.
But if you
just
do
broken glass for Unbreakable, like this. This is the movie that I saw on the first day. I was there on a Tuesday, and it was like from the director of The Sixth Sense, starring Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson. And I was like, oh, neat. And I picked it up.
Funny, that's exactly what it says on the cover. From M. Night Shyamalan, the director of Sixth Sense.
And I bought it blind. That was it. This is what I
bought it before you saw it?
Yes.
That's
good on you.
Earlier, yeah. Yeah, that's the type of guy Scotty is. Like he'll see something that just catches his eye, and he'll check it out. And that's what I love
will
about Scotty.
judge a book by its cover for positive reasons.
Hey,
that's what I love about Scotty. Like
less is more.
Gives a lot of stuff a chance, and that's why you gave Southland Tales a chance, and you like it.
We gotta talk about Southland Tales someday.
We're going to talk about that one day. I can't wait to have you.
Anyway,
on
we're in the middle of something.
Yeah,
focus.
But you're right with the cover here. Less is absolutely more. Where like this cover as opposed to this cover, it's even way. I'm still disappointed that there is no greens or purples in this cover. You know, when he shows it to you through the entire movie, greens and purples.
I agree, but I think at this point they didn't have the backing to make a trilogy. I mean, like Dutch pointed out, it took 16 years for Split to come out.
Even for one movie, though, because they were showing those colors in the one movie, they could have made they could have given the broken glass hints of greens and purples. They were showing the colors through the entire movie. They didn't have to wait for a trilogy.
No. Had they done that, that would have been a tip-off, just like that other poster we were looking at showing Willis facing off against Samuel L. Jackson. That's a tip-off that there's an opposition there. We don't need to see that in the poster.
Well, he showed hints of red in Seven's poster.
But that wasn't telling you anything. Putting the purple against the green would be telling you something.
Yeah, it would be telling like a story about
and M. Night was all about mystery at this point.
Exactly.
It's a twist. It's a twist.
By the way, did anyone even come close to figuring out the twist in The Sixth Sense here?
No,
because I did.
I
came this close. I'm holding my fingers a millimeter apart, and it was when his wife was in the shop. And the guy in the shop is kind of hitting on her and she's kind of reciprocating. And suddenly the front door shatters. And for a second, I'm sitting there going, what is there, a poltergeist in the place? And then you just see Bruce Willis storming down the alley. And I was like, oh, no, it was just Bruce Willis. That's how close I came to figuring it out. But I didn't.
I had a friend. I had a friend spoil it.
The door.
That's my point. But I thought it was a poltergeist first. But no, it's just Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I had a friend tell me, and it's like, oh, Bruce Willis is dead the whole time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like,
that friend is an asshole.
And then I watched the movie, and I was like, oh, he's dead the whole time.
That friend is an asshole.
The movie.
All right, so
I was like, this is like I forgot.
Yeah.
Like the way the movie was made, was even that I knew the spoiler, I forgot the spoiler.
It was
like, this is so well crafted.
So
let's get back on track to Unbreakable.
Before we do, I'm going to tell you why I caught it. It was everybody was ignoring Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense. That's how I caught it. It's like,
but it was so well done that I thought that it was just because he wasn't involved in the conversations.
No, but it made you feel isolated in the afterlife.
And that was like the main. That was the main relationship for the movie. So I didn't catch it myself. So
to be clear, I didn't catch it either. That scene with the door is as close as I came.
I didn't catch it.
Let's get back to Unbreakable and the trilogy. After he comes back home from the heroic, saving the
girls from the rapists.
No, it was a boy and a girl.
The boy and a girl from the murderer, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's darker.
But as soon as he comes home, he has a new vigor for life. And he goes and he talks to his wife. And he says,
why does he have the vigor?
Because he has a purpose now. He feels like which
is because of the superpower of the psychic.
Well, I think it's because he gave up his scholarship as a kid, in high school, and he he was.
It's bringing back the joy of having played football in a sense for him.
Because men want to compete in something and have a purpose and be a leader, and he's been feeling he's been feeling like he was a
Elijah even asks David, and he says, "Why did you become a security guard? Because you wanted to help people."
Exactly, but that doesn't mean that he was consciously doing it. People do things subconsciously without realizing it.
But he also says that. So,
is that what you were trying to say?
So what Scotty was saying, and he actually,
sorry, I didn't catch it.
What Scotty was saying pretty much is, because he does say that pretty much when he's talking to Elijah. Elijah asks him why because they're standing there in the stadium and they're looking over out.
Well, this is before he breaks his legs.
Right. Yeah. And and it's the same time when Elijah's standing there, he's doing the looking through the tickets, and the guy with the camouflage jacket pops out a line real quick, right?
I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't want to skip over that.
Right.
Shyamalan plays a guy that is standing in the line, and he bumps, and David Dunn bumps into him.
That's the other guy. That's the other guy. That's the other guy. But I was going to
but I want to bring this up real quick so that we have this to talk about for later, because it does become something that
it's a reoccurring character.
Yes, it comes back.
It's been 70 minutes, everybody. I just want to say thank you so much for joining us for our conversation regarding Unbreakable. The next two movies are going to be like, meh.
yeah. But that's why I want to start with this, this movie and spend so much time on it, because it is a 10 out of 10 for me. It meant so much to me, and it still means so much to me. And maybe it makes me a pussy, but I still cry at it sometimes.
Oh, it does every time.
Yeah,
every time.
The relationship with his son and his wife. I mean, it's just such an emotional bond. There's such good acting
when they have breakfast at the end. I'm so happy.
And even the end monologue that KJ recited, like that part made me
not
cry
perfectly.
too.
I mean, I didn't. I think I left out part of that monologue.
But that's what. But just you know what I mean. The part that you were.
I wish I had it. I wish I had
end.
that monologue so I could do it like a Valley Girl. Let me see if I can find it.
Don't ruin it for me, please.
No, I'm gonna ruin it.
So before we get into the M. Night Shyamalan's character,
before we get
into M. Night Shyamalan's character, I want to finish commenting on what Scotty had to say about how he knew he was going to be, why he got into security work. So when the guy in the camouflage jacket, not M. Night Shyamalan's character, because in that same sequence, he was wearing,
I remember
M. Night Shyamalan was wearing a blue,
that got out of line. Yeah.
Right, the guy who got out of line. So he was getting out of line, and at that sequence right there, because Elijah's sitting there talking to Bruce, and the conversation goes along, and he's watching Bruce do his job, and he
check
the tickets.
Why did you start having him frisk him?
Right.
And he admits it was just a feeling.
He said, yeah, it was a feeling, but then he said, I think it was more than that, and pretty much in less words.
I don't know.
Telling him that he had
I don't know if you guys said this already, but I'm going to say it again. I apologize.
Okay. That's all right. I like talking about it.
Now that we know who you are, I know who I am. Did you guys do this already?
Yeah.
Well, I did a bad rendition of. I think I left out a couple lines.
No, you did a pretty damn good rendition.
Everybody's heard this already.
You were giving Theta goosebumps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
At the very but now that,
I don't want to reiterate.
Now that we've talked about the spidey sense that he has, that Elijah he literally followed the guy to see if he had a weapon of some kind, and as he's going down the stairs, he falls down the stairs, but he does see that the guy is holding a firearm in his pants. So he,
Don't you
he
love-
proves to him.
Don't you love the security camera footage of all of the disasters?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
the security camera
At the
footage. Yeah.
end. Yeah, exactly.
It's just like, okay, so oh wow, I didn't know Elijah Price is bad.
But then now that we've touched on that character and that scene, I do want to mention M. Night Shyamalan's character who's standing in the hot dog line, and he has that same feeling, and he has that same. David has that same feeling that he needs to be, that he needs to be searched or whatever, and they search him, or he searches him, or somebody searches him. And he doesn't have anything, but we will get to that in one of the other movies. So
you'll get back to it actually in both movies. It touches back in both movies. M. Night Shyamalan's character same character returns back in both movies.
I don't remember him in Split. You'll have to when we get to
you know what? Sure as shit as there's an M. Night Shyamalan movie is you're going to get M. Night Shyamalan in it.
Yeah, he thinks he thought he was Adolf
Hitchcock.
Yeah,
yes, Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah, that's we
one A is as good as another.
Oh, dude, high five. You're fine.
Ow, you hit my nose. What was that for?
Oh God. Oh my God. All right. Anyway,
he's at the hospital after getting his leg broken. You were talking about that scene.
What now? Sorry.
Elijah gets his leg. He falls down the stairwell.
He falls down and he sees that underneath his jacket there is a firearm. But then after that, you see that David Dunn has that spidey sense for M. Night Shyamalan, and they search him, and he doesn't have anything on him. But we will get to that later. And
here's the thing,
but that gives you a little bit of doubt.
I just want to assess a power level here.
Okay.
When it comes to David Dunn, what do they call him? What's his superhero name?
The
green poncho or something.
No, the green poncho.
But anyway, like the guy. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, David Dunn is strong, but not superhuman strong. Just very, very strong.
Yeah.
And he is
he's like Captain America.
All right, his power set. So he's got enhanced.
He's the overseer.
Yeah. Okay. So he's got enhanced combat capabilities. He's got extra sensory perception. And
through touch, he has to touch though.
Enhanced physiology.
He doesn't have to touch their skin, but just have contact with their body, like come in contact.
Yeah. I believe that's called touch.
While he does not necessarily have super strength, he
he has super strength.
It's more his body.
Punches, just
he has peak human strength.
Well, we never saw his punches.
Yeah. Okay, according to the Wikipedia, the Fanopedia, according to Fanopedia, his super strength is pretty much his skin is strong as steel. Who does this remind you of?
Colossus.
Huey Lewis.
Luke Cage.
Power Man.
Luke Cage,
okay,
yeah.
But unlike Power Man, he does not have super strength, where his punches are like a normal man's punches.
See, right. That's what I'm saying.
I think you're wrong about that.
I'm reading Fanopedia.
No, I know, but in the movie, it literally has an entire 10-minute scene where he's lifting that, like he's bench pressing.
According to the official page on Fanopedia that they have for he is capable of holding something for long periods of time, which explains why he was able to choke out the guy while he was being ribbed in the cage by the guy. His skin is strong as steel. Well, it's kind of a type of strength.
Did he ever lift a car?
He has the ability to do lift things, and refers.
Yeah, I believe that.
It just says that he doesn't throw a punch as well as he could.
It seems to me he has.
I'm with Dutch.
It seems to me he has peak human strength like
Peak-
Captain
yes.
America does.
Exactly.
It says
But
enhanced
Captain America's got a
physiology.
little bit.
He's got
Captain
enhanced
America's got a little
physiology.
more.
No,
I
Captain
think
America is
he's
listed
about
as having
Captain
peak
America
human
level.
strength.
Once he
Yeah, but if
because we never see him tap out his strength. Like
right, so once he's able to do something like he starts going, he can keep going.
who do you
so
think
he
would
has,
win in a fight, David Dunn or Captain America?
It'd be
I think it'd
Captain
be,
America because he has more experience.
Yes.
Yeah,
Probably,
he has more strategy. Okay, yeah,
I can do this all day. I can do this all day.
Although Stan Lee
So fun.
Stan
I'm having
Lee
a
always
blast.
had the best answer to that question.
know.
Who would
I am
win in a
too.
fight between this person and this person? Whoever the writer says.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing, right? So here's his
You know who would win? The Rocketeer.
his invulnerability is his big thing. Nigh high NIGH, nigh invulnerability.
What
Dunn
is
possesses extreme physical durability and high dense bones, making him immune to blunt force and trauma. With his main weakness is water.
Yeah. What is it about M. Night Shyamalan about water? He hates water.
Yeah, that's true. He does hate water.
It says no injury can kill
And
him.
wind.
So he can
trees.
you can punch him. He's got incredible strength, but
Who's
his-
causing global
He
warming?
has resilience.
his speed and his follow through in fight are minimal. His physiometry and
Not a word.
Yes, it is.
Physical. Okay, a word I cannot pronounce. Whatever word I can't pronounce. He's uber strong. He's uber strong.
David throw a punch though.
Not that I recall.
We'd have to watch it. We'd have to watch the scenes. I can't remember the fight scenes like to their punch by punch.
He's
So to
usually
speak.
wrestling. You don't see him punch anyone.
But he's usually we know that he can choke somebody out by jumping on the back and holding on
he
forever.
He does punch his way out of the water tank.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
well,
that's right. So-
but his punching out to the water tank kind of goes with his invulnerability. He's got skin like steel, is what it says in the Wikipedia.
But he still has to be strong enough to punch out the steel wall.
But the reason that I appreciate David Dunn the way that I do as a superhero is because he doesn't seem to be like invincible, even though he is unbreakable. It's the name of the fucking movie.
He's unbreakable, but not invincible.
Exactly. And the thing is that we are presented with his kryptonite, which is water. And it's like he's been dealing with his weakness since he was a child.
Yeah. Which is
and
why
it is
we did pass
a
this up
trauma
earlier.
for him and a failure for him. And then he gets into the train crash that Mr. Glass did. And he's like, why do I even deserve?
He's also got the other superhero weakness that all true superheroes have. And that is his caring for society and people around him.
Putting other people
so your standard bystander, so to speak, is also one of his undoings. In the long run, if somebody takes,
yes, you're right. But I'm in terms of the direction of the film. Remember when that fucking crazy guy was like spitting beer on the victims and you saw it POV and it was all blurry and shit?
Yeah.
That was unsettling.
Oh,
I felt violated by that scene.
Well, we were supposed to, because we were supposed to feel like the victim in that situation. And when David Dunn, steps into
shows up and saves us, he saves us as the audience.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah.
So his extrasensory perception is his other. So of his three superhuman qualities, extrasensory perception.
Oh, he's Bruce Willis good looking though too. So
yeah, that too. That's always a plus in my book, right?
They hire you.
So by touching or focusing on a person, preferably by touch, Dunn can intuitively see and sense immoral or violent actions that can happen or will
Or
happen
have
or
happened.
have happened. And it references how
Not will.
Yeah.
yeah, it
Not
says
future shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't
as
do
can.
pre-crime, does
as
he?
can. He can see what can happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I don't
it,
like pre-crime, so
it refers to
So you don't like
it
the
refers
Minority
to
Report? You're not
it
a Philip
refers
K.
to
Dick?
the camouflaged fan, and it also refers to what has happened, referring to a mother who beat her child.
Right.
And I do want to go back because I forgot to mention this earlier, but the scene where
Can't
he
wait to
goes
talk
back
about
to
Split. It's
Elijah
gonna be
Wood, or Elijah Wood, Elijah Price,
Elijah Wood, Frodo,
oh, yeah,
Adolf Shyamalan, Elijah,
Adolf Shyamalan,
Elias Wood,
Adolf Shyamalan,
Clem Fandango.
Those are
you're gonna make me
those are
forget what
different
my
films that we're going to
You're
come
gonna
up
make me
with in an
forget what
alternate
I was
universe.
gonna say. Fucking shit! You made me fucking forget.
We were having too much fun. I apologize.
Damn it!
You were going okay.
Okay,
This is
Let
why
me jog your memory. Let me hold on. Let me jog your memory.
Show up to rehearsal.
Scotty
sometimes
KJ,
and
you
take
owe me a
some
beer
notes.
each. I succeeded.
I owe you nothing.
When he no, it's gone. It's gone.
We got Captain. While you remember, we got Captain Garatina in chat. Hello, Captain Garatina.
Hello, Captain Garatina.
So we were talking. I'm going to jog your memory where we're at.
Well, I was trying to
This
go
is why you're a
back.
better
You were trying to go back to.
Okay, I remember now. Okay, so when he goes to Elijah Price's, after he's had the first conversation with him, where Elijah is trying to convince him that he is a super, that he has powers and stuff like that, and he goes and he asks, have I ever been hurt, have I ever been sick, stuff like that. Then he does find the records of him drowning, and so then that was that was supposed to prove to Elijah that you're wrong about me. I actually was, I almost drowned when I was a kid. This proves that you're wrong. So leave us alone. Stay out of our lives and stuff like that. Which only, comes back later to prove that is his kryptonite. So that's
that's the entire reason, and that's why
I know. That's why I wanted to go back and talk and just
right.
I don't mean to dismiss, but I think that's why the crescendo of this film is so satisfying, gut-wrenching. Is that the moment that you find out after you've learned David's power and his, I don't know, amorphous, I can feel what you're feeling if I touch you near.
Yeah.
And then
his overseer sense.
So
Yoda, evil Yoda says, David, you are fantastic.
Yeah.
You're the best. I looked everywhere for you, and you are the best thing that ever happened. And everybody in the audience at that moment is like, yay, Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
And then David
you,
shakes his hand, which I think affirms the idea that it is by touch that David gets.
But it doesn't have to be skin to skin. As long as he touches his shoulder through a jacket,
through a jacket. It's more like an aura touch type of thing.
Exactly.
But the thing is that when he shakes his hand,
he sees all the past deeds.
Everyone is like, "Yay!" And then you see everything, and the way that Bruce Willis as David Dunn recoils in terror.
Yes.
And
he realizes, and then that's when Elijah, starts.
What? You're
monologue.
my best friend, then to top all of it off, is like, Yeah. Have you ever read a comic book? Usually the heroes and the villains are the best friends.
Yeah, that's what KJ
Right.
was.
Well, that's
saying
that's how Joker feels about Batman. Joker
Yeah,
feels that
exactly.
Batman is his best friend.
Complete me.
Yeah,
I think the best
exactly.
example of that
complete me,
was
exactly, and it's
fucking
led up
love
to
this
that
movie, 10
throughout
out of
the
10.
entirety of the movie. That's why
And it's
Elijah
only 90
Price.
minutes.
That's why Elijah Price, got into comic books. That's what motivated him to keep going. His mom, gave him his first comic book and told him to, it's out there. If you want your comic book, it's in that package out there.
Don't you want to meet your bestie?
Well, not if he's
I'd
gonna
blow up
kill-
a train to meet my bestie.
I would blow up a train to meet my bestie.
All right, Adolf Shyamalan.
But we left out a very important part. Now, here's the truly evil part of this movie, if you think about it, right? So, after Elijah falls down and breaks his leg, he ends up going to
Comic book
Bruce's
store.
wife. He goes to Bruce's wife.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
right. I
right.
forgot.
And he's just staring.
And so he's talking to
this is-
Bruce's wife.
But this is after this is after David goes in and tells him about his drowning. So that's
Right.
why he's
So
in a
after
depression.
So after all this, he's Elijah goes in and meets up with Audrey, David's wife, and he's kind of telling her exactly what's going on, kind of hidden and veiled, but also telling her who he is. And he says, a 737 crashes on takeoff, 172 die, no survivors.
Yeah.
A hotel fire downtown, 211 die, no survivors. An East Rail train derails 7.5 miles outside of the city, 131 die. One survivor. He is unharmed.
Yeah.
I've spoken with your husband about his survival. I've suggested a rather unbelievable possibility. Since then, I've come to believe that possibility, however unbelievable, is one more a probability. And
that's when she's like, get out.
And she asked, what are you suggesting? And he says, these are mediocre times. Mrs. Dunn, the people are starting to lose hope. It's hard for many to believe that there are extraordinary things besides themselves as all of us others. I hope you can keep an open mind about what I'm going to tell you.
I thought she kicked him out after that.
Then she kicks him out. Yeah, then she kicks him out. But he's telling her that he is. And he also given this whole narrative about all these deaths, deaths.
But also, like, when this movie came out, the last good superhero movie was, well, I guess you could argue in 1997 with Blade.
Yeah, definitely.
But like, this was a movie that contextualized heroism.
Yeah.
In a down to earth way.
In a real world scenario.
Yeah. And I do
the
find
heroes
that
and the boys,
you sit through it.
I want to have.
This is the superhero version movie.
Yeah.
Of listening to Everybody Hurts by REM.
Okay.
Fucking great. But oh my God, it's gonna make you feel shit that you may not want to feel.
Right.
Well, let's get on to the next movie. We've
thank fucking heavens. Let's get some Lana Taylor Joy in our lives.
Yeah, I like this movie.
I love this movie. This is great. This is an 8 out of 10 for me.
I think it's probably about a 9 for me. I really loved I loved not knowing what this was about. Like I loved thinking that I was just gonna go in to see a horror movie, like a like a a person with dissociative identity disorder, and I love James McAvoy's acting in this. Like all of the characters he plays in this are just so amazingly done. He has he really put a lot of effort into making each character their own personality, and he just did such an amazing job at it.
That's James McAvoy. I mean,
Yeah.
good Lord, he's an actor.
Yeah, exactly. And I loved it so much. And then finally, when we see that the beast is real, it didn't even click. It's another one of those things where it didn't even click. But it was like the Sixth Sense. Like at that point, I should have thought about it. Okay, if he has these abilities, maybe this has something to do with Unbreakable. But we'll get to that at the end. But basically,
we'll skip to the end. Just say it now, so we can all talk about it.
Okay. Well, at the very end, you see that David Dunn is sitting in a diner, and he sees that Cassie has escaped from the beast, or I think that's what
Horde.
The Horde. That's right.
So it is the reason that this is part 2 in your conversation is because.
But I didn't realize that until that very point. Throughout the entirety of the movie, they're talking about the Horde like it's this entity, and I guess because by then there's already been Lady in the Water and The Village and Signs.
Which is why this movie
monsters and all these different movies,
right? Which is why this movie is called a stealth sequel.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it.
Not my words, but yeah.
I've never heard. I'm just saying I've never heard it put that way, but that's a very good.
I got that from Wikipedia. Because this is a movie I've never watched. I'm not a horror fan.
You've never seen it?
No. I read the plot. I read the plot on Wikipedia. It's not my kind of film.
Horror movie. It's more of a mystery thriller.
I read the plot. I read the plot on Wikipedia. It's really not my kind of film.
And that's fair. That's fair. But the thing, here's how I would describe it, because I'm not necessarily a horror fan myself either. But I am a fan of the director. I am a fan of the act. I love James McAvoy. And the thing is that it is a psychological thriller.
Yes.
It is not a horror movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it under horror at all. Considering, with the one thing I did like about this movie his character. It's
kind of like Silence of the Lambs in a way.
But worse.
I wouldn't say.
I would not compare this to
I would not either. But my thought process with this movie, right? So this movie, it hits more of that Brotherhood of Evil Mutants meets one character. Pretty much, because the way McAvee plays this character, first of all, he gets shot at by that girl who's caught in the cage and who's locked herself in the cage.
Not just shot at; she actually wounds him.
Yeah. And he's monologuing at that point in time, and he's like, "We are glorious. We're no longer afraid. Only through pain can you achieve your greatness." And he's monologuing while he's getting shot at.
Yeah, but that's after he transforms into the Horde. The rest of his 23 personalities, they're not. I mean, they have bad intentions, but they're not harmful people. Even I forget the woman that he plays that is controlling all the other personalities.
I can't keep track of all of his personalities.
Yeah, there's so many. But I love the child that he plays. The one.
Okay. So, but also, I want to give major credit to Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yes,
because her believing in what James McAvoy is doing sells what
Yes.
James McAvoy is doing.
Exactly.
And
Patricia is the controller.
Patricia, that's right. I was thinking Pat, but yeah, Patricia. But I also was thinking that I was just thinking about Saturday Night Live. It's Pat. But
And the boy is Hedwig.
Yeah, the boy is Hedwig, and
Hedwig, yeah.
you know, what was that line? It was like,
But the whole movie is
my name is Hedwig, and I have red socks.
Yeah.
He's on the move. I'm not supposed to say, but he's done awful
that's
things
also-
to the people.
but
He'll
that's
do awful
okay.
things to you.
I got these skates.
That's something that is so engaging about
I
the
know.
performance and the dialogue and the character
Yeah, because
is
he's acting
that
with
he is
himself most of the
aware
time.
of the other personalities, and it's like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna like this. Somebody
Yeah,
else is
and
coming
he can
back.
sense them coming. Like when
Yeah.
one personality has taken over,
Like
he can tell when when another personality is about to take over.
You're not
the
gonna
body.
like this.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's so amazing in the performance because James McAvoy does switch. And what I admire about Anya Taylor-Joy is that when she is, because she's
Trying
been, in a lot of horror
manipulate.
movies,
Yeah.
and she does.
Wait, I thought
She
this
has
was a
that
horror movie.
ability. She
No,
has
that's
that
what we were
ability
saying, it's
to
not.
But
articulate
she
in her
is like a
face.
horror princess, though.
Guys, shut up. She has an ability to articulate in her face that
Yeah.
she is figuring it out, and
Yeah.
it's not pretentious. It's not Anne Hathaway. She's way
It's
better than Anne
calculated
Hathaway.
and
She's
it's
great. Anyway, I'm
Yeah.
sorry about saying this whole shut up thing.
No.
No.
I completely agree. And yeah, this isn't a horror movie. That's what we were trying to say. This is a psychological.
It's a psychological
mystery
thriller. Yeah, but to me, it's in the same category.
Well, technically, it's a subgenre of horror, so it counts. But
I guess. Yeah,
Sure.
like,
Well, do you think Requiem for a Dream is a horror movie?
no,
Never seen
I
it.
do.
I don't.
I guess that all depends on how you look at it. But she was in a few movies. She played Furiosa in the Mad Max saga.
Yeah.
I know she's fucking. You know what? Have you ever seen The Menu?
Yes.
Yes.
That's such a good
Oh,
movie.
dude, she is so awesome. in that.
Love her in that.
That last model, that last scene where she's like, "I did not enjoy this this meal.
Yeah.
I want to." Yeah, I mean that whole scene.
You're
was
supposed to
just so
serve people,
brilliant.
but you
know,
suck.
This is not the first comic book themed movie
There's
that
no
she was
love
in.
in this.
She-
in this
Oh,
film.
dude,
She was in the New Mutants. She was in the New Mutants. She
Oh,
was.
I never saw that.
Okay, so
No,
she
no
was.
one did.
She played Ileana Rasputin, the sister
really?
to Colossus.
Magic? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
a really cool idea.
It made approximately 75 cents.
It bombed at the cinemas, but I loved it. I loved it, even though it wasn't the New
You could buy a pack of
Who else is
gum
in
with it.
who else was in it? Let's see.
I remember because there was a big bad guy.
Who was in the New Mutants? I'm trying
It's
to.
a bit
He was
bad.
the same bad guy.
They had pretty much the main bad guy for
He was the same
half
bad
of it.
guy is from Deadpool 2, right?
Yeah, he was the same actor who played Deadpool 2. I like to have fan theory that he played the same character, but
That's what I
What,
was thinking.
the guy who played the Juggernaut?
No. Who played the doctor's assistant
doctor,
too?
evil doctor.
Yeah.
I thought that was in part one, Ajax.
Hey, everybody, welcome to our M. Night Shyamalan.
Anyway, yeah.
We're
the
going to
whole
talk about
movie-
the X-Men for a bit.
Well, okay. So basically, I mean, really, this movie can be summed up by literally just talking about James McAvoy and his his characters. And him
okay,
interacting
let's
at the
steer away
end.
from that. How do you feel about the staging of the house?
Okay, so the staging of this movie takes place in I like how there's minimal minimal locations that this movie actually has, and that's one thing I like about it. The reason why this movie can actually go and the reason why I say it has a different pacing is because of the minimal locations. Where in Unbreakable you had more location settings. This has much fewer location settings, and with what's going on in the movie, I
think it was just like three places. It was like a parking lot, a warehouse.
I know, right?
And the lair, there's no house. It's underneath the zoo.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah,
I haven't even seen it, and I know that.
That's how she gets into the cage that she's in when she's.
If I could,
it turns into Batman Returns at the end.
If I could quote a critic,
the penguins start coming out, and having rockets attached to the back. Jamie, I would highly recommend checking out this movie.
If I recommend a critic, if I could quote a critic from The Guardian, Steve Rose, he had strong praise for McAvoy. He writes this: "It's a little like the T-1000 in Terminator 2, but there are no special effects here. Just acting."
Exactly.
Yeah. Talking about McAvoy's ability to switch personalities in one scene.
Yeah. I mean,
I would say if you like James McAvoy, watch this movie. If you don't like James McAvoy, don't.
I enjoy James McAvoy. I'm just not a fan of this
either way. I think this movie would make you really enjoy his work.
I think James McAvoy is the best thing about this movie. James McAvoy is what makes this movie.
Award shows don't mean anything.
James McAvoy and
James McAvoy's right over there.
The Cassie, those are basically the only two people besides the shrink that comes in at the end are in it.
Oh, she's great.
And she's only in it for just a little while. So, I mean, this movie really hinges on James McAvoy and his ability to switch between these characters.
I forget. How do they beat him?
Well, she escapes.
He lets her go because he saw the scars on her and realized that she had also been abused, and therefore she was pure.
She found his real name, Kevin Wendell Crumb, and
Rumpelstiltskin.
She brought his true personality.
Hey, nunny, and a hot cha cha.
That was before the end, because then the other personalities take over, and the woman personality tells Cassie, it's like, that's not going to work anymore. You can say his name all you like.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. So,
but that's how it's that is
what
how
do you
starts.
give this on a 10, like on a 10 rating?
An A. An A.
I can't rate it.
An A. Okay.
An A. I can't rate it because I never saw it.
All
right. So
haven't seen it. Want to love it. I do have that on my.
Scotty, I'm consistent when it comes to rating things. I will not give a rating if I haven't seen it. If I have seen it, I will say what I think about it.
So my rating. So as a standalone, I give it an A. But because it's part of this trilogy, as part of the trilogy, I give it a 6. But I love McAvoy in this role.
Yes.
I love McAvoy in this role. It's probably one of his most powerful roles that he's played, in my opinion.
I agree too.
I'm pretty under. I haven't seen a lot of McAvoy, but every time I've seen him, I'm fucking great. What was that last one that he made? There was the horror movie, and it was like the kid without the tongue or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was horrible. The original is so much better.
If there's an original, then
what is that? Not Mind Trap. Let's see, Harry Potter. He was in Harry. Was he in
the Critical Drinker? The Critical Drinker.
Audio cast.
Tell Jill.
Critical Drinker did a whole review of that one, and he pointed out
California Scheming. Was it California Scheming? Oh no.
No, I don't know. I'm not. You know what? Don't waste your.
Let's just keep talking.
Anyhow, so one of the things I did like though was even though I'm not a big fan of this movie as part of the trilogy, I like it as a standalone because of the pacing, because of McAvoy's role. Now, as my big complaint about this as part of the trilogy is it doesn't match the pacing of the first film and the second film. And
I think that's what makes it good.
No, that's why yes, that's what makes it good.
I think that's what makes it good as an individual feature.
Yeah, but I just feel like at the end of the movie when they show David Dunn, and I'm just like, oh no,
Exactly.
I'm being fisted by a cinematic universe.
And there's no lube on the fists.
Like, why did this have to happen? Like, that's the thing. And the only, like, when I saw it for the first time, I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
And then I saw it, and then I saw Glass, and I was like, I wish they had never done that.
I know. And we'll get right into that. So basically at the end, he is captured. I forget exactly how. I know that he.
Yeah.
I think that Dutch is right.
General Ross shows up with a helicopter or something. I
That
don't know.
Cassie has been through trauma as well, and so he spares.
You know
her
what?
and
I
lets her go.
think it just ends with
him letting her go.
Yeah, and
yeah,
then there's a bit of a rescue, but it still happens within the house.
Yeah.
No, in the zoo.
In the zoo.
In the zoo.
And she gets the police and they lock him up, and then we get into Glass. And this is the movie where
real quick, the movie you guys were thinking about is called Speak No Evil.
This movie, I thought it was going to be so amazing, and I thought I was with it up until the very end, but we'll get to that. So it starts off where David Dunn has been doing this as the overseer with his. Literally, his son has become like the Oracle from Batman. On the computer, finding crimes for the overseer to go and battle and
first things first. That Paulson lady, what's her name? Sarah Paulson?
Sarah Paulson, who plays Dr. Ellie.
She is an incredible actress.
She is, yeah.
And I admire her greatly.
But I didn't like the whole I guess government agency that she was a part of plot.
Yeah, we kind of do that. That's like a standard. Once again, we're hitting like I said regarding the first movie, we're hitting we kind of hit going back to standard comic book tropes, comic character tropes. As like this is one of the other reasons why I liked the first movie and the second movie as a series, as a trilogy, better than the first movie and third movie better than the second movie. Well, I love the second movie. I love the second movie as a solo act, but as a trilogy, I wasn't as big of a fan of it, but because it didn't pull in the same comic book tropes that they pulled in the first movie. The third movie pulled in the comic book tropes.
It was supposed to be like a twist, it
just was off-putting to me as a part of a trilogy. I'm just saying, as part of a trilogy, it was off-putting to me. I didn't like it, and nothing anybody can say will make me change my mind on that.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is,
the way that I was relating to it earlier before the stream was that it was like taking two different comic books and then putting them together. Like having two different storylines, like a horror comic book and then a superhero comic book, and then putting those two against each other.
For me, while they worked as individual lines, it just didn't work for me with that second movie in a trilogy. I get that. I get what you're saying. I really do. But I adamantly 1,020,000 billion% disagree.
That's not a number.
I know. I know. And I get where you're coming from.
So here's definitely a number. Where are you coming from, Scotty?
I'm a Googleplex. No, but the thing is, so I appreciated the idea at the end of Split, and I was like, ooh,
Yeah, I did
Oh
too.
no! Don't get
I
me
was
wrong.
so
The end of
excited.
Split was incredible. The entire movie was incredible. Just I
And
was
then
so
we got
excited
Glass.
part of it.
And then
See-
we got Glass.
See,
Yeah.
I think
And
that's
the
what
thing
made
is
Glass.
that I liked the characters. I liked Elijah and John David and fucking James
Joseph
McAvoy.
and,
Whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
liked them being in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
that
guess
was
you
a
could
good-
relate it to Arkham Asylum.
And
I
I
just don't
very good.
understand
It was-
why. I just don't
And I
understand why David
liked
ends
the
up there.
fact. I liked the fact that they had everything that we had seen as their weaknesses to
Yeah.
be the security
Yeah,
system.
exactly. Like the
Okay.
flashing lights for Kevin the Horde and
For Kevin.
and
water for
water.
David.
Water
But
for
why
David.
why was David even incarcerated there? What the heck had he done wrong?
because the
Because of the secret
agency-
society that they made up.
because it's a secret society that knew that there were metahumans out there,
Yeah.
and they wanted to keep a lid on it.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And they were
uh,
trying to the whole thing was a psychological like mind fuck. They were
So
trying
the-
to convince each and every one of these characters in the movie
And
that they
so,
didn't have
like,
powers.
I don't
and
want
that-
to skip to
that-
the end or anything, but I'm just saying that
Well,
Glass
this movie
is a
kind of-
movie that just boils the pot until
Yeah.
the pop falls off, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess I'm gonna have to pick that up.
by the way, I just want to say, Scotty, I love your lighting change. It's
It's not
romantic.
me. It's the
Yeah, it's
sun.
just the outdoor, like the sun going down.
I like how
but-
Scotty.
so-
I like how Scotty dimmed the backlight and then raised
Yeah.
the front light. That was good. That was well done, Scotty.
So
Thank you.
so here's my thing. So here's some comic book reference that I noticed with this. As Scotty had mentioned, the Arkham Asylum
Yeah,
aesthetic.
that's a good reference.
On top of that, so now if you remember, the Suicide Squad, the whole concept of that is
Yeah.
they were imprisoning the supers to use as a government project,
Yeah,
and this was
Amanda
this
Waller,
is
yeah.
this is part of the reason why they were grabbing these supers and people with metahuman powers.
Well,
is-
they were
is-
trying. They were like I said, it was just they were psychologically trying to mind fuck each and every one of them and try to make them believe that this was all in their heads. Like,
Well,
they-
that
There's just
But-
one serious problem about this entire idea, and that is that Elijah has no powers. He's just a psychopath.
but he's super intelligent. He's like the Lex Luthor. I mean, Lex Luthor doesn't have powers.
But he's a psychopath
super
is the only thing he's
intelligent.
got going for him. He's intelligent, but that doesn't make him a superhero or villain.
No, it does make him a supervillain, just like Lex Luthor. Like his whole thing is that
Pardon me for just one moment.
Elijah's whole thing is that he wants to be he doesn't want to be a mistake. That's one of the things he says at the end of Unbreakable. Like, he wasn't a mistake, there are if there are people on that end of the spectrum that can that don't have the ability to walk, and the bones are so brittle that they break at the just touching them and stuff like that. But he has the knowledge to put all these terrorist attacks together, and he didn't get caught until David literally had to read his mind. I mean, that's how intelligent he was. I mean, you think about the FBI, you would have thought that they would have caught him by now.
So he does have powers though. He has superhuman intellect.
That's what I said.
Yeah, and that is official according to the
Fandom.
wiki.
Yeah.
To
Here's the
to
thing,
wiki.
though. I mean, even Lex Luthor, he isn't in prison for being super intelligent. That's not a crime to be super intelligent. It doesn't make you crazy and put you in an asylum for being super intelligent. He's a psychopath. That's the only reason he would be in there. And this is held by a group of people who are trying to find
you're
super
missing
people.
The whole point. This agency, they're trying to convince each and every one of these people that they don't have any powers.
No, but that's
caught Mr. Glass because Elijah, because David turned him in at the end of Unbreakable. So
this is the problem with it, though, is that David caught him, turned him into the police. Why would this group of people looking for supers decide like this guy is worth? He's only got superpowers because he's compared with Bruce Willis. Take Bruce Willis out of the equation, he's just a psychopath who's smart.
And no, not just smart, like super intelligent. Like
he's like
beyond Einstein intelligent. Like he can see things I can't
imagine Brainiac. Okay, he's got the minds, he's got the power set of Brainiac when it comes down to intelligence, more than superhuman. Like he is like the smartest man in this universe.
Exactly.
He's compared to Brainiac.
Okay. And the only reason he got caught is because David was able to read his mind, and he found all of his plans for these bombs and these attacks and stuff. So he went and turned him in. That's the only reason Mr. Glass got caught. If it wasn't for David being able to have his overseer sense and figure that out, he would still be on the loose trying to find more metahumans. So that's how intelligent he is. Yeah, he is.
Which would make you think.
He is a psychopath, and that's why he's in this mental institution and not a prison. But that's why this agency caught him, is because they're trying to convince each and every one of these people that they're not superhuman. They don't have any powers, and they don't want that to get out because they've probably been doing this for a long time. They seem to be a pretty big agency that's been doing this for a while.
I thought they were collecting them to use them.
No, they were. No. They were. They put. There was part of the storyline where part of the storyline is that they were also going to use them for government purposes. They wanted their abilities for government. That's that they talk about how they're going to use them for government purposes. That's why they want the supers.
Well, then, that's what I thought. Why are they trying to convince them that they don't have those?
So this movie sucks. It fucking really does.
I don't think the movie sucks. I just think the ending sucks.
The concept is
I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to give it
convincing you that you don't have the superpowers.
All 5 for me.
So here's the convincing you that you don't have superpowers is so that way you don't turn on your captor, which would be this government agency.
Of course.
But if
they still want your superpowers for use,
trying to use them for their powers, they're going to have to know that they have powers. So it's kind of a conundrum right there. Like, if they're going to use them,
when you brainwash somebody, and when you try to, it's brainwashing. So when you brainwash somebody, you let them know certain things that you want them to know, and at the same time, you also take away what you don't.
If I may be gracious to Glass, the thing is that we know Elijah is a bad guy.
Right.
We know Kevin is a bad guy.
The Horde.
Kevin's actually a good guy. And I think David is a good guy. Yeah. And to see them all trapped in the same mental hospital where no one believes that they're superheroes except for the people who fucking captured them. How?
If the hospital doesn't think that they are superheroes, why do they think that water and lights would hold back either of those two guys?
But why again is David incarcerated?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Because
there's no legal reason.
Because they found him through the network that his son was using.
But the other two are here because of the police. Why is David here?
I just told you, because of his son.
But
his
son
is like the Oracle from Batman. Like, he's on the computer and he's using, he's tracking all of these police he's literally like being tracked by like the FBI, these agencies that have all these this technology, which is why I'm trying to
this
show
movie.
that Mr. Glass is that intelligent because he's avoided that for so long.
This movie should have started by the doctor, Sarah Paulson.
Dr. Ellie Staple, played by Sarah Paulson. Yeah.
Every time you say Sarah Paulson, I think of Fight Club.
Yeah,
her name is Sarah Paulson.
Her name is Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson.
His name is Sarah Paulson.
All right.
But David should be like invited to psychologically profile Elijah, and then be like, okay, we have him now.
See, but that's why I'm confused, because I don't remember them trying to use them for any purposes. I thought
that's just backplot. That's backplot. So you're thinking about
thing was I'll have to rewatch the movie.
You're thinking, okay, so that's the backplot, right? So Dr. Ellie Staple, who's the doctor who's doing exactly what you're saying.
We call her Sarah Paulson.
Yeah, Sarah Paulson. Dr. Ellie, Sarah Paulson, she who is with the clandestine organization that imprisoned
Hydra.
Her personal goal is to cure these, like pretty much Myra Taggart at first. Dr. Myra Taggart, her goal was to kind of cure the mutants to a certain degree, depending on which storyline you're looking at. Like, her goal is to cure these metahumans so that way they could be normal. That was her personal.
Was actually, I mean, at first,
I thought Sarah Paulson was trying to weaponize these bitches.
Yeah, well, no, she was working for the organization that was trying to weaponize them. Her goal was to cure them because she wanted them to be normal.
Okay. Regardless of what her goal was, locking up Elijah rather than let him continue doing what he was doing means they don't get to find any more supers.
No, they are. See, that was my point, though. I think they've been finding these supers for a long time. I think that they're a lot more rare than
but that's also a failure of this. That's also a failure of this film is that we got David, we got Kevin, we got Elijah. They should have introduced a third one.
Yeah,
and all due respect to Sarah Paulson.
They're showing a more real world situation where there's very few supers out there in the world. They
should have had somebody. Like,
here's the thing: if we are accepting that Elijah is a super,
Mr. T.
we know that David is a super.
Yes.
2 points is a line, not a pattern. As soon as Horde shows up, we now have a pattern. There are at least 3 supers in the world. There are more.
Exactly.
Right. So
they need to find them.
Right. So this is
they
probably
all happen to be in the same city, or at least in the same area.
Just like in Marvel universe, most of our supers are in New York.
There's probably
these guys are all in Philly.
These asylums too.
So assuming that maybe this is like a current pandemic, beginning of a pandemic of supers or whatever. You're seeing a story that's virtually the beginning of things, where you have the beginning of something. There doesn't necessarily have to be multiple. There's probably been a few, but not many.
Dan,
and the government's been researching.
Can I interrupt you?
Yes, absolutely, please.
So don't you think that one of the most terrifying things that could possibly happen to any government on Earth is, oh my God, there are superpowered people?
Right.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of this movie. And that's why I don't remember them trying to weaponize them. I thought that the whole point of it was
containment.
That's a backstory, though. That's a backstory, though. And I also read the comic books that sparred from the series because this series didn't come from a comic book. This series sparred some comic books, like graphic novels, not monthlies. It didn't do monthlies as far as I remember.
Dutch.
But this did graphic novels.
Dutch.
And
I don't like this movie at all, but I still think it's better than Donnie Darko.
Yeah,
and Donnie Darko?
Yeah,
I would have to agree with you.
Yay!
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, screw that bunny.
Hey, wow. Well,
I'm not going to
I
get on this one.
I thought I was starting a fight, and then I made a friend.
I have my disagreements with Donnie Darko, but it's a different just the
I
thought
love Donnie
process.
Darko. Just
The
like I
thought
love
fucking hate that
Southland
movie
Tales.
so
I love
much.
Richard Kelly.
But
anyway.
me and Theta
but I
had
love-
differences of opinion on Donnie Darko as well. So
I fucking love Southland Tales. Southland Tales is in my top 10.
I know. Me too.
But no, now I could be thinking back to the graphic novels, which kind of give you more about the clandestine society.
What are we talking about? Are we talking about
regarding the clandestine society? But but Dr. Ellie, who is the main.
We call her Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson.
Get it right.
She's the main of these additional characters. Once again, you have a smaller cast in this movie than you did in the first movie. So,
and I think all the performances are powerhouses.
Oh yeah,
for sure, and not just Bruce Willis, James McAvoy, and Samuel L. Jackson, but also the one who plays Elijah's mom, Cassie, and
Anya Taylor-Joy. Even they bring back the kid from the fucking Unbreakable
and Spencer Price. Yeah,
right.
I think they all did amazing work.
But
along with Sarah Paulson and Adolph Price.
Her whole situation, though, was to cure them, while the clandestine society was collecting them. And whether they were collecting them for nefarious reasons, for scientific reasons, or whatever they wanted, you don't collect something that needs to be researched and studied just to have them captive.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it was a brainwashing.
So it goes back. Beyond that. It was beyond the brainwashing. Her thing was about curing them.
I think that comes from the graphic novels.
All right. Well, let me go to the wiki.
I don't remember that. I remember her.
Okay.
Her goal
so
so even as Dutch
I remember her
has
knowing
corrected
that
me.
They did have
the
abilities.
Horde.
They had files and stuff on them.
In Split is an empathetic antagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Well, Kevin was.
Okay, according to the wiki, they were harvesting metahumans for purposes of unknown reasons. Her purpose.
That could be anything.
Well, a government entity does not harvest harvest people for anything. Anything.
Your average person isn't going to give
they could
two shits about what the reasons a government entity are doing anything.
Typically, in a comic book universe, the meta is that they're using them for military purposes.
Have you seen Captain America: Civil War?
All right, well,
that could be seen
as according to the wiki,
brainwashing.
According to the wiki,
get them off the streets and get them to
let's
believe
reel it
they don't have
in.
power.
Let's be a little bit more civil. We were doing great for a while.
We do need to start wrapping up in a little bit, but let's go through the movie and actually talk about the movie.
Yeah,
and then at the end we can argue a little more before we end it.
All right.
So the movie starts off with David Dunn as the overseer. He's he has his son Joseph, that is, like I said, the Oracle. He's on his computer. He's searching for crimes that David, the overseer, can go out and
is that his name? Is that his superhero
stuff
name?
like that? And he goes out and he bumps into people to see if there's anything going on. Kevin has already been caught, and he's in this place with Elijah. Elijah has been silent for probably over a decade at this point.
Like catatonic silence.
Yeah, exactly. Like catatonic. Like he won't move. He won't speak. All that. So when the Horde gets put in the asylum with Elijah, finally, David gets caught by whatever means it is. I forget exactly. I think it has something to do with being tracked by this organization from the computer. So they know, because they do have a file on David, so they know that he's been doing this and tracking it with his son as the
Do they show how they captured David?
Was
it like with super soakers?
Yes,
funny.
Actually, yes.
It's not funny
soakers,
if you say that's funny. It's only funny if you laugh.
No, it wasn't super soakers, but it was like a fire hose.
Okay.
They had him like pinned up against like a wall or something like that.
Yeah, because they take him while he's fighting with Horde.
Yeah,
guys,
that's right. He goes down into that warehouse where he has
4
cheerleaders, and he goes because he bumps in. That's right. He bumps into Harold, is the boy character that James McAvoy plays, Herman, whatever his name was, but he bumps into him while he's talking to himself, James McAvoy is, and he bumps into him and he sees that he has all these people.
Wait, did they literally bump into each other?
Yes. David Dunn bumps into.
Immediately find out that this guy's a fucking crazy man?
Yes.
Great.
He literally
spoilers, everybody. I've never seen this movie.
This was towards the beginning of the movie, so it's not.
I've never seen this one.
Thing is, David and his son Joseph had already been tracking Horde.
No.
Okay.
They knew that there were cheerleaders that were disappearing, so they were tracking the Horde, and they had pinpointed the areas that he had been that these cheerleaders had been captured.
And
Anya
Taylor-Joy is in this one too, right?
He had been tracking these areas. David Dunn, the overseer, had, and so finally he bumped into the Horde, Herman. Harold,
yes, she is.
His name was.
Thank you.
And they capture and they get into a fight. And during this fight, the agency goes down there and they use the bright lights to distract and change personalities of the Horde so that they could capture him. And they use a fire hose to capture David. And then they're all in the asylum together, and basically the remainder of the movie up until the very end fight scene is just them trying to be convinced that they don't have powers and they each have their own little cell where there's lights that go off anytime Kevin or the Horde tries to run at the door to try to break free. And at one point, Elijah realizes what's going on, that David and the Horde are there, and that this is his opportunity to go to a public place to show the world that there are superhumans out there and that he has a purpose, and this was his purpose. And so he has a plan and he puts it together and he escapes and they have a final battle. So at the end, they have this.
And then David Dunn drowns in a puddle.
Yeah, in a puddle. Yeah.
Which makes zero sense.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. That's what really upset me.
Okay, let me explain real quick. Here's why it makes zero sense. He gets dropped into a water tank.
Exactly.
Okay, he is immersed in water and has the strength to punch through the steel side and escape. Then a guy simply holds his head down in a puddle. Are you kidding me?
That's what I was saying earlier.
Narratively, so you made Unbreakable, we all loved it, and then we saw Split, and we all loved it, and then we were like, "Oh wow, David Dunn's in this," and then in the final of your trilogy, I'm not going to say finale because it was not worthy of that.
Final.
It was anticlimactic. anticlimactic.
And then
It
at
was.
the end of it, you're like, remember that guy that you fell in love with, and we made you think that the second one was about him too, and now in the third one, we're just gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Without thought.
We're just gonna make him look like a little pussy little
Like,
bitch.
why would we make the hero of this trilogy the hero of this trilogy?
Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So
So I hate it. I hate it.
I do.
I think
couldn't agree with you
what's
more.
very powerful is when you think about it in the long run, because Dr. Ellie says that it's telling
We call her
everybody-
Sarah Paulson.
Sarah
Yes,
Paulson.
Sarah
Yeah, she says
Sorry, I'm gonna keep that joke going.
I am too.
everybody's got it wrong when they look at comic books. They talk about secret evil groups trying to stop the heroes. No, we're particularly not evil. We're not good. We choose sides. We try not to stop both of you. Here, if here one of you, the opposite of you, appears, it escalates. We step in. There just can't be gods amongst us. We don't want gods. It is not fair. It has worked out for 10,000 years our way.
But
I have an idea.
But that's where I have a question: is how long has this agency been going on? Has it been for centuries? I mean,
but I have an idea. Like, the thing is that in modern storytelling, we have been so afraid to identify villains that every villain organization has to be secret.
Yeah,
and it's
like a conspiracy,
it's not. Just
like that,
look at something and say that they're bad.
What was that owl? That owl.
Well, it's like Section 31 in Star Trek.
Yeah. Or
it's
just
like,
Area
oh,
51,
it's secret. That's why no one likes them. It's because it's secret. It's like, shut up.
Exactly.
Just identify something. And if you want to take sides, you're going to piss someone off.
Yeah, and to quote also the movie, exactly where you're saying is everything extraordinary can be explained away, yet it's true. There is no real world. It's not a cartoon, yet sometimes we just don't die from bullets. Some of us can blend in, just like steel. It's not a fantasy, but it's the fact that the clandestine thought process of a lot of these. I'm sorry, if the Sinister Six was so clandestine, they wouldn't be fighting in a group of six all over New York City trying to go after.
The Sinister Six. The Sinister Six does a damn good job at advertising.
Six in a heartbeat.
Also, I forgot this line. Ellie does actually reveal that she's part of a clandestine organization.
We call her Sarah Paulson.
That, due to fear, has been suppressing the existence of superhumans for millennia.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Wait.
That's
by tracking and killing those with superhuman abilities. So why did they not kill these three?
Well, but also, like, let's be fair.
Well,
like Elijah is really easy to kill.
Yeah, Elijah is. Yeah,
you could pretty much just you could arm wrestle him and he would die.
So I'm looking at the wiki about the graphic novel, where the graphic novel goes into different details that the movies leave out, because when you write some beta content, and when you write beta content can go deeper.
What about some theta content?
Theta content works.
Zeta content myself.
So okay, so the current is to neutralize the superpowered metahumans, or even metahumans with advanced knowledge. If they cannot work towards the future of the organization, and they have quotation marks.
Make your theory a little more.
So if they don't, so they are harvesting. They are keeping them. They're killing the ones that they can't use. And if you go any further into that,
it takes away so much of the first film. is that Elijah Price was the smartest guy. And now they have a secret society who is smarter than Elijah Price. Then why is Elijah Price so
and that's what
important?
I was saying before the stream too, is that I feel like this movie is just a retelling of the first movie in a way. It's instead of
I think it's a matter of Arkham Asylum.
Well,
I'm going to refer to Glass as Arkham Asylum.
I'm just saying in the sense of the plot beats, this has the same plot beats as the first movie in the sense that but in the opposite direction. Like instead of convincing David Dunn that he has powers and stuff, it's the opposite. It's going backwards.
But then once again, David Dunn, his character, if you look at Beta Canon, and I believe that if we're going to talk about like a series, you should include the Beta Canon too.
You're actually convincing me that you have something going there.
When you look at Beta Canon and you look at the film canon as well, and since the Beta Canon doesn't really change anything, okay, it just adds to it. So my thought process when I look at the Beta Canon and I look at all this stuff, and I'm looking at the fan wikis, I'm looking at the official wiki, and I'm looking at a couple of pages pulled from the graphic novel.
Beta Canon, we get it.
I'm thinking that just because you have an organization that's been doing this for 10,000 years, and Ellie's monologue.
We call her Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson, yes. We call her Miss Paulson. Thank you.
I told you, I'm not letting this.
I know. I love it.
Miss Paulson, if you're dirty, please.
I'm gonna have to retitle this. Whatever happened to Sarah Paulson?
So I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that the organization is smarter than Mr. Glass. It just means that Mr. Glass was not privy to the information. Mr. Glass is only like I said, he was
only able to be caught because David Dunn, found his secret.
Right.
And the police arrested him.
Right. But being like all the other, being like, if you were to compare him to Brainiac to a certain degree, he only has the information that he has access to, and he can absorb the information he has access to. So just because he doesn't have access to what a secret organization has had for 10,000 years to a millennia, depending on where the quote that you're looking at, then
multiple millennium.
Right, multiple millennia, even. I mean, the quote I saw was that she talked about is, "It's not fair. We have worked on this for 10,000 years our way, and we take a, we."
And then everybody dies unsatisfyingly.
If Glass doesn't have that knowledge that this organization has, he's not going to know it, even as one of the smartest man on the planet.
He's not. He's not.
But this, just assuming he's one of the smart.
It would be so cool if he was there because it was a hospital that could repair him, and he was attempting, and then he manipulated it so that David would be in the same hospital, and then the Horde or Kevin is the one that is the wild card.
I would like to make
that Mr. Glass couldn't fucking figure out, and that would be amazing. Unfortunately, the third movie
didn't go that way.
Well, I would like to make a proposal to Mr. M. Night Shyamalan. So, Mr. M. Night Shyamalan, if you're watching,
you're going to marry M. Night Shyamalan?
I am absolutely.
I'm going to marry him.
Okay, well,
I'm already married to him, so
damn it.
Yeah, he's Indian. He has a harem.
We'll have an M. Night Haramalan. So here's the proposal,
with the lady in the water.
Wouldn't that be an M. Night Shyamalan?
Okay, seriously, let's get over this joke.
So what we'll do is, if you're listening to this ever and you decide to watch this program, M. Night Shyamalan, you need to make a fourth movie. A couple of retcons. Here's what we need to do. We need to add some more
Retcon.
information,
Everyone's dead.
so that way people understand what happened. Well, there's going to be other supers, right? So, what we do is we need to add more information about the secret organization. We maybe have a movie just based off the secret organization, so that way we know more about what's going on there.
I want a movie about, and it stars Christopher Walken, and it's called Phones, and it's just him answering phone calls.
Does he have a cowbell?
Well,
No.
and then is he dancing in a hotel lobby?
No, he's literally just sitting. Hello. Oh,
hello.
But
laser eyes.
You know what?
I've heard it twice this week.
There should be another movie, and I think it should revolve around the secret organization.
Yeah.
I don't like the secret organization thing.
I don't either.
Well, I mean, they put it into this last movie. If they're going to make it make sense,
and I don't. That's why I don't like the movie.
Then at least make it make sense.
I wanted a big. I wanted what Elijah wanted. I wanted a big finale fight in the middle of town square where everybody sees that there are superhumans.
Well, and I wanted David to fucking win.
Exactly.
Right. So,
that's what I mean. Like,
let me ask you, where do you go from where it's ended with the trilogy now?
You go back to watching Unbreakable, and neither of the other two
and then
movies,
forget about the
enjoy
sequels.
that.
Yeah, I didn't want another. I just wanted a good trilogy.
All right, but we got it. We got it.
I think that if you watch Split, and then turn it off right before Bruce Willis shows off.
Right. Well, so that
right.
I mean that's a way to watch the films. But I mean, if you were to say make another movie to fix the problems,
It would have to explain
who's
the
dead?
secret organization.
Who's dead?
No one, because there was a fifth super that we never knew about who basically let them see things they wanted to see.
Oh, what? Wait a second. What if Sarah Paulson can control time?
Hey,
and she does like a cue, and she's like,
Scotty, I like that twist.
Yeah, like Hiro Nakamura.
So we start
Heroes.
what? Okay, so we can't call the movie. The movie's called Sarah Paulson.
It would be called Rewind.
Her name is Sarah Paulson.
It would be called Rewind. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so the very first scene, the very first scene of Rewind is the end of Glass, and everyone dies, as we saw, and then Sarah Paulson snaps her fingers, and she's like, "I have a better idea."
No, see, something like that would be a little closer to, but that's what I'm trying to say is like when you have a trilogy that ends inappropriately,
sure,
and what you would do if you were a filmmaker without rebooting and doing a reboot and just going, you wasted your time. I hate reboots because it's like you wasted your time freaking watching these.
Yeah,
you wasted your time reading the canon.
When you have,
I'm sorry, I do.
As good as Unbreakable.
Okay, Dan, come on. So if you have a superhero trilogy or series, which I think we're proposing in part 4.
Right, we're proposing a part 4, right?
Yeah.
And let's fix it with the part 4.
It goes to hell.
Well, but here's the interesting idea. Is that maybe part 3 can be elevated by part 4. And so there is like you know what? Here's what we should have done. Remember the end of Clue? And he's like, and there were several different endings. And it's like, here's what really happened.
Yeah, here's what really
different
happened.
endings.
Hey, I would rather a Scooby-Doo ending in the long run. I mean, I would. Well, here's the Scooby-Doo ending. Where you get the different endings. But
Wayne's World.
Very end of Rewind.
Exactly.
The very end of Rewind would have to have.
It's been so long since I watched Wayne's World, man. It would
have to have Overseer, Horde, and Glass teamed up with the two guys that are introduced in Rewind, who basically pull the mask off of Sarah Paulson at the end.
But so if we're rewriting,
Sarah Paulson's an alien from another planet, and you
I'm glad we're not
see the face from V. You know,
I'm
just
glad
saying.
We're not using her
we just-
character name anymore, and we're
we
just
just
calling
nuked
her
the-
Sarah
we just-
Paulson.
We just nuked the fridge on that one.
But the thing is that like, okay, so she snaps her fingers, and we find out that she can control time, and then
and space.
and sure. Well, let's just go with time for now.
Okay.
And then David Dunn beats the okay, so the beast,
She would have to wind it back to before they get out of the prison.
the beast, Dave kills the beast. However, Dave cannot bring himself to kill Elijah. And then they go and they find new supers.
Yeah, exactly. And
Mhm.
and I think that would be a good, especially now that
And then
Bruce
Elijah's
Willis
out
is in the
there.
condition he's in,
And he's like,
unfortunately.
I know what they're doing. They're
See,
looking at
you hear this, M. Night Shyamalan? We're writing you a fourth movie. We're doing this for you. We get a cut.
Yeah.
We get a cut of this.
Yes,
I just want
please.
Sarah Paulson to get more work.
Yeah, exactly.
Jen A. Oh, but that wasn't
Yeah.
Sarah Paulson. That was the other one.
No, that's not
That was Bruce Willis's wife. I want her
So
in it too.
basically, at the end of
Which
the
Bruce
movie,
Willis
there
what?
there is a fight where Elijah, Mr. Glass, comes out, and he's convinced the Horde that David Dunn, the Overseer, is he is evil, or
Dun, dun, dun.
he is his nemesis, and he needs to fight him. And then everybody's
Oh, shit.
what do you, I guess, what, I don't know what you would call it, but like not the antithesis, but Elijah's mom,
Antagonist?
no, like Elijah's mom and Cassie.
Elijah's
and,
mom has got it going on.
Yeah, well, but I'm saying they come out and they're watching the battle, and that's David
Isn't she
Dunn
dead?
gets trapped in that water.
Did you
metal
just ask if
jug.
Elijah's mom was gay?
No, dead.
No.
I mean, she was
He
like,
said,
Oh,
dead.
dead. Oh
Yeah.
no, I don't know.
because
I
like,
don't think so. She
yeah,
must
her,
have been.
And so
Yeah, 'cause-
basically, David Dunn breaks out of that water container, that metal water container, and then he gets drowned by
SWAT agents holding him in a pothole.
in a little puddle. It's a little tiny fucking puddle.
It was
And that's
it was a
literally
flooded
how it
pothole.
ends.
Yeah. It was
So
a flooded
that's
pothole. What the heck is
glass.
that?
I just, you know what? And I find the end of Glass to be more infuriating than the beginning of The Last Jedi. When Luke throws away his lightsaber, it's like, well, at least he chose it.
That was at the end of
And then
Jedi.
at the end of Glass, and it's like, seriously? You're just gonna kill him in a puddle.
all right. So,
Well, I actually liked Return of the Jedi. I liked that move because
The Last Jedi?
Oh no. Oh, sorry. I thought you said Return of the Jedi.
All right,
No,
so-
I love Return of the
It is-
Jedi. I'm talking about The Last Jedi.
first of all, it is very common for supers to have a problem with water. Wolverine, his body is too dense. He can't swim, but he can at least survive underwater.
DJ
Stitch
Planos,
can't
you
swim.
can drown in a few inches of water, but if you have super strength, you can push yourself up and get out of that puddle.
Bunch of
Yeah, you could not be held down by a couple of SWAT agents.
If you can break out of a metal container that's filled
Ooh,
with
I love
water,
the
you can put
Mariner.
yourself up out of a puddle of water.
Ooh,
Yeah, there's no
my
way a
hard
couple of
on.
SWAT
I
agents
mean,
could
look-
hold him down.
Look at we got the
That's
Wicked
my
Witch of the
argument,
West,
Samuel.
Sandman, the Absorbing Man can't deal with water. Whenever he touches the water, his entire physical form turns to liquid. And Hydro
Clayface.
Man,
Sandman.
Clayface, yeah, there's a
Hydro
lot
Man
of
But we're not
villains
talking about
whose
Sandman.
whose
Like
weakness
David,
is
the
water.
Overseer isn't Sandman. He's more like a
bunch of water lovers,
a Batman or something like that. Like he has
I
love
orcas.
Yeah, I mean, he has like super strength. He has
A bunch of guys who forgot who killed
unbreakable bones,
the crocodile hunter.
Unpenetratable skin, or however you would say it. DJ. So David
DJ,
Dunn
you get it.
is a superhero, and he has super strength and super durability. And,
being as it is, though, his weakness is
water. But being in a few inches of water, where he is just in a puddle, where he could just do a push-up and get himself out of it. Even I don't know.
I've been to so many restaurants, and
it was
whenever I ask for a glass of water, I know that the server is looking at me and like, I'm not getting tipped on the free shit.
Yeah, he wants you to drown in that glass of water.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I hope that straw fucking chokes you.
I hope that's his weakness. But yeah. So we've been talking about this for a while, and
what do you got? What do you got? Like for all three movies, what is your rating for Unbreakable, Split, and Glass?
Okay, individually. Okay, individually or as a series?
As a series,
individually.
All right.
Well, no, if you want the trilogy,
because as a trilogy, I still stand by my 7.58. Individually, Unbreakable, a solid 8-9. I go 9. The second one on its own, a solid 8, no higher. Because of the way they ended it and the ambiguity individually on the third movie for Glass, unfortunately it has to get a 7. That's but if I were to go with the whole series, I think I would give it a low 8 as a series.
So you do put Glass lower than
low 8.
No, individually. I'm talking you as a series though. It doesn't work by itself.
Don't get pissy. I'm just
asking. You're trying to prove a point that you were trying to prove earlier. You're trying to prove a point. I'm trying to prove a point that individually the movies don't work individually except for one of them.
You always do this. I ask a question and you
guys,
try to put words in my mouth. Like I'm
I hate it
trying
when
to
mom and dad fight.
Get one up on you. I'm just asking a fucking question, man.
That's a gotcha question.
I would say as a trilogy, I would give it a C. In terms of the movies, Unbreakable is an A. Split is a B+, and Glass is a D.
For myself, I stand by my rating on Unbreakable as a 7.5 because we never actually got a sequel to it. I can't rate Split because I've never seen it and I won't. Glass I did see, and
you're a pussy.
I rate Glass a 4. As a result, the entire trilogy gets a rating of 0.
Oh, whoa.
0.
Yes, because this is not a trilogy. This is not a trilogy. This is not what we deserved. We got a fantastic movie with Unbreakable, and we never got a decent sequel to it.
All right. Okay.
Individually, I can.
You gotta give it at least like a 1.
Yeah,
I do not.
First movie.
Right. So individually, I just don't think that they work as individual pieces, as as individual pieces. Like I said before, and I do give the second movie a high praise on its own. And as a standalone movie, it deserves high praise. Yes. I mean, McAvoy is incredible in that movie.
McAvoy's not in the first one. Good guess.
No, second movie. I said second movie. Second movie. He's incredible.
He's gonna get pissy. Don't
He's
start with him.
he's incredible in that second movie.
Sorry.
And that just in the first movie is incredible. Just the ending, they
I
do
hate it when
shoot short.
pissy people interact with sarcastic people.
They did end short on this on the third movie, and I would agree that if they were to make it a quadrilogy or whatever, a saga of 4, it would probably fix it. But I also don't think that they work individually, except for one movie in the series and possibly the second movie in the series individually.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. I mean, as a series,
I respect it.
As a series,
I wasn't trying to come down on it. I was just asking a question. So, for me, 10 for Unbreakable. I'd say, or an A, whatever you want to go with. I would say probably B plus or a 9 for Split. And Glass, I would probably say a 5. And total, I would give it an 8.
Okay.
So,
Boo!
Okay.
Boo!
I boo this man.
I agree with an 8. I agree with an 8 on the series.
No, on the trilogy. No.
There's one.
I have no problem with you reading it like that. And Scotty, shame on you for booing somebody on what they want to rate a series.
No, he was being sarcastic.
I know he was. I know he was, but I'm still going to give him grief over it.
It's all right. Sarah Paulson is on her way to your house. She'll be there in 20 minutes with a pizza and wine.
You're fucking
all right,
kidding.
everybody.
I heard she was a lesbian.
I definitely think she was a lesbian. That was one of her powers. Yeah.
Also, I would turn away Sarah Paulson because I would be like, "What? No Happy Meal?"
Well, the funny thing is, she could be a lesbian. Funny thing, so am I.
I'm a lesbian.
I wonder if Fight Club is affiliated with this franchise, and Robert Paulson is the brother of Sarah Paulson.
Huh. Incidentally, she has dated both men and women.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all for listening to us banter about this trilogy. I love this trilogy so much. This was the beginning of something that I thought was going to, like we were saying earlier, this was meant to be a trilogy from the get-go before Unbreakable was even made, and I was hoping that it was going to be a little better than this, at least in my opinion. I thought that the last movie should have been a bigger battle, releasing the knowledge of metahumans to the public at that building that Elijah Price had planned on in the asylum. But I'm going to give the floor to Dutch and go ahead and plug your channel. And do I have your link?
At Dutch_gradient.
Difficult.
Dan, do you have his link?
I can grab it.
Yeah.
I don't have any content up yet. I'm working on it. I just don't know. I've got scripts. I just don't know what the heck I'm doing when it comes to recording, editing, etc. But I hope to have some stuff up soon. I will be on a few other shows this week. It depends on who has room for me and whether or not they can have me in. But
tomorrow night we're going to be doing another stream if you want to join. If you're busy tomorrow, that's cool. I understand. But 8 p.m. On Saturdays are my big nights for streaming, so you're welcome to join.
Well, cool. I'll be glad to join. Too.
But
other than that, good night, everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much. And then Scotty, what do you got going on? I'm going to be putting Jill's.
What the fuck? You're cutting me off at the feed. That was my best stuff, is promoting Jill's. And then also I get the privilege of hanging out with Cinema Gulp. And you know what? Recently, I've been having such a blast hanging out with Crazy Horse and Alice over all on their channel. That's been really, really fun. And then the Phantasmagorium is phantasmagoric. And yeah, but also it's been a great time hanging out with you, gents. Thanks,
Cool.
Dan.
It's always a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, always fun.
And and thank you for always being such a fun guest to be on the panel. So
It's always nice to have a mildly racist.
Well, it's always nice to have somebody as witty as you and make us laugh. So
I appreciate that. Thank you for having me.
We got KJ Cowboy Dan as well. Go ahead and promote your stuff, and I'll be putting your links.
From What Women Want to from What Women Want to Diggers, and even After School Special, we all love Sarah Paulson. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not having a Sarah Paulson day, you're not having a day.
Have you ever seen Studio 60 from the Sunset Strip?
No, I haven't.
No. She is so good in that. I like you guys. I'm not making fun here. I really like Sarah Paulson. Apparently, she was in
too.
American Horror Story.
Wasn't she in the Picard?
I don't recall seeing her in Picard.
I thought maybe I'm thinking of somebody else that just looks like her.
She was in Serenity.
Okay.
She was in Serenity.
She was.
Yes. Yeah, she was the person in the hologram on the planet where the Reavers were created. I don't know if you heard me over your coughing.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and mute that. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, she played Dr. Curran on Serenity.
Yeah, she's only in a hologram referring to what's going on outside, and then Reavers jump in and grab her, and you just hear her screaming.
Yeah, you get to hear her violently raped.
We don't know what they were doing.
There was something violently going on.
No, Zoe said they will kill you, rape you, and eat you. And if you are very lucky, they will do it in that order.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, do you have anything else you want to promote?
Actually,
I put King Styles link in the chat as well. We need to get him to 50, and we need to get him a mic.
Well, as soon as we're able to get, we got a lot of things on our list to get. So let's all be unbreakable and make sure we subscribe to everybody from King Style to myself and anybody else. On Tuesday morning, I'm going to be doing the morning drive at coffee with the one and only Dollar Bin Dan, and we are going to be talking about the up and coming comic releases for this coming comic book release Thursday. We're also going to be talking about the move that Marvel Comics is planning on making from print to webtoons, because Marvel has just announced that they're going to be cutting a third of their print production and moving it to webtoons. So we're going to figure out, speculate what comic books are no longer going to be in print and what comic books we're going to have to read digitally on webtoons. On top of that, we're going to have just a little bit of morning talk along with our coffee, a little bit of a ADD spectacular and nerd fun. Enjoy. That's Tuesday morning at 11 Central, or whatever time that is for you East Coasters over there. I mean, West Coasters over there.
It's plus or minus.
Yeah. So whatever everybody is, we're going to be having some nerd fun with the coffee and talking about comic books. Join us Tuesday at 11 Eastern AM.
All right, and everybody, thank you so much for joining us and talking about this amazing trilogy. It might have faltered at the end for me, but other people seem to enjoy it, and that's all. As long as we come together and we talk about these films and we enjoy it.
Well, it's fun to Josh.
I love talking films, and I love talking, cartoons
we
and
call her
all
Sarah
that stuff.
Paulson.
So would you let me plug my shit already?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So everybody, you know what I do. I explore the hidden lore behind TV shows, cartoons, movies, comic books, and even review toys and stuff like that. So if you like what I do and you want to keep this channel alive, please support the channel, and please think about becoming a member. Please think about going over to my Teespring merch shop and
Don't send him a
purchase
batleth. He already has
would
one.
you please let me do this? And please go over to the Teespring shop, where we have a new merch t-shirt, where we are going to try to get physical media, keep physical media in our grasp. We have a new shirt, like I said. My brain's
Oh, I saw that. It's great.
yeah, Dutch actually ordered one, so I'm really excited to see that. I want to get one when I have some money to do that.
Can I say one thing about the shirt?
Of course.
I bought a copy of the shirt. It says preserve, collect, own physical media forever.
Yes.
I intend to wear this shirt to a local store near me here that specializes in buying and reselling physical media, books, board games, CDs, movies, toys, everything you can imagine. And I'm going to see if I can get the manager to purchase a bunch for the store.
I'll do you one better. I'm gonna go to a strip club and I'm gonna get a lap dance.
Okay, good. That's funny. I appreciate that.
I'm going to make the stripper put on the t-shirt.
Great.
Well, yeah.
My point being,
the t-shirt first.
My point being, I would highly recommend anyone buying this shirt do the same thing. There has to be some store or multiple stores in your area that does this kind of thing. See if you can get them to purchase shirts like this.
This is what's on the shirts, and there's
I'm waiting for the new shirt,
sizes and colors.
I'm waiting for the new shirt that says we call her Sarah Paulson.
I think there's all. I'll make a Sarah Paul. Her name is Sarah
yeah. We got to
Paulson
make a Sarah Paulson shirt, man.
Yeah, we'll do that. But this is the end. This is what's on the shirt.
This is the end, my friend.
There's a bunch of different colors and sizes and fittings. There's clothes for your infant baby. There's women's shirts. There's
what other kind of babies
shirts.
Are there except for infant babies?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to promote the stuff, and
I have a 77-year-old baby.
And I do want to thank you, Dutch, for doing that. That would be
absolutely.
That would be so awesome to promote not only the shirt and help keep the
also
alive,
don't forget to buy the Theta of Archaeology flashlight.
What? Say it again.
What?
What's important? Go on. Go on. Say
all right. Well, all right. And as for me, thank you, everybody, for being here. I love you all so much. Y'all are what keeps this channel going. And until next time, and until next transmission, preserve the lore, because the dig never ends. Preserve physical media forever. Everybody have a great night.
Amen.
End of line.